Attention, attention, overly blunt in this one. First to mention, gotta get your Thursday right for the weekend. Overly blunt podcast for the treatment. Keeping this shit 100 not a notch slow. Cause 99 too far from a hundo. New week, new Thursday. O-B-O-B.
Troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
That's what it's called. Some troublemaker.
That's what this shit's called?
Yeah.
I'm rocking.
That's what you got it sipping on?
I like being in trouble.
You like being what?
In trouble?
I don't know.
For real, I broke the law on my way here. For real, to get here on time.
Does it give you a brush?
What do you mean you broke
It
the
felt
law
amazing.
coming here? What'd you do?
I went through some little, the little dividers they have on your way coming up here, the
Oh,
little
you
white
went to-
poles.
You went to the fast track?
Hell yeah, I went to the Bro, I wasn't gonna be here on time if I didn't. I had to make an executive decision.
It wouldn't
I
have
res-
mattered. We
I
would
had
have
to make a
waited.
decision.
I respect that you really try to get here on time.
That is
like
respectful.
for real.
Cause I like people being on time with
No,
me.
but that's
That's
I
solid.
like that already.
I could have got a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have showed up 10, 20 minutes. That's cool. I just say 8 because it's a good time frame between 8 and 9.
Shit,
But
you said 8. I was like, I need to be there by at least.
I respect that though. I respect
Yeah, that's
that.
respectful.
Cause that means a lot to me. Because again,
It shows your character, and I appreciate your character for
it does show your character, and it goes back to me always saying like, I just appreciate people coming. Like you came from LA.
Yeah, I did.
That's love.
Yep.
That's love for. Like I don't like talking about bad about my platform no more like that. But I'm not that platform. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you still come from LA, show love. That's love.
Yeah.
That's love.
We here.
Man, this is the Overly Blunt Podcast. This is a new week. It's a new Thursday, new guest, and all that is your host, Chris X Matt. I got my boy Manny in the building with me. And today's episode is actually, I'm excited because I actually been listening to her album or her mixtape for a minute now since it dropped. And I was just impressed. I actually, even before the album, I love the Flower song.
Oh, shit.
I love the Flower song. And today on the podcast, we have none other than Mother WATA.
Hey, West Side.
WATA love all day, every day.
The mother of the waters.
So yeah, so LA, you came all the way from LA.
Yep.
Does LA has that shaped your sound? You feel like or not?
In a way, I like to think of myself when I think of me being an artist, like my name, WATA, to be able to flow through all genres. So. A lot of the artists I'm inspired by are actually from the East Coast. Some artists I'm inspired are from the West Coast, but I take from all parts of the world and put it into my music. So I guess you could say that.
What East Coast artists do you listen to, or would you be influenced by? Because you said a lot.
Of course.
So I'm intrigued because that's where a lot of my inspiration
Ooh,
comes
this wine
from.
shit different. Ooh.
It is.
Exactly. Of course, you got the Lauryn Hills. Come on, the Queen Latifahs. Right. Come on, you got Woo. But at the same time, like I believe Moses Sumney's, and it's just a lot of jazz. That's why I say the East Coast, because they're inspired by the jazz.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And growing up, like my grandfather, when I was in Watts, at his house all the time, that's all he played. My mom, R&B. Like, you know what I'm saying? My dad is a hip-hop artist. Second to none from the West Coast.
So you got inspo from...
Yeah. Your dad's a hip-hop artist?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So you got inspo from pretty much...
Your whole life?
Your whole life and three
you're
very...
in it.
Yeah.
You're three very broad genres, like jazz, bruh. Like John Coltrane's, his like...
But even just hearing the WATA love, you can tell.
Yeah.
It's 5 songs, but you can...
the
different styles.
Yeah.
It had a... the vibe I got from it reminded me of Electric Circus by Common.
Okay. Now, you know what? Common. But see, those are Midwest.
Yeah, he's
like,
Midwest.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's you know.
It's everywhere, like you said.
Everywhere. Like,
you said worldwide, so it's like...
WATA.
Exactly.
You can't take that lightly.
And what's wild is I'm around a lot of Chicago niggas right now. Like, everybody I'm around is from Chicago. It's so weird. But it's like something with LA and Chicago going on right now.
Wow.
So you'll definitely be seeing a lot of Chicago artists pop in LA.
Yeah. You think LA's a machine that an artist needs?
LA is where the check's at.
Okay.
The shot got a market, but bro, LA.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
LA.
Now, Atlanta, I'm hoping that
Atlanta.
we start building the same type of
Machine.
machine and also the
Like someone pulls
what's the
someone
word?
up the ladder while one goes up.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like just you know how we have the labels and we have like the actual theaters and things like that. If we start building more in Atlanta, then we'll be able to. It's hot out there, but the checks ain't out there yet. Like you know what I'm saying? So,
You talking like they need headquarters for like Capitol Records or like Interscope?
And it's really gonna happen.
They only got like Social Dev.
Yeah, it's like NY would be first, and then I'd say LA, and then like London. But the UK music scene is like booming right now. Like
the UK,
booming. Where I'm just like, whoa,
That's where I need to go.
Trying to go to the UK?
Hell yeah! I did a I don't know. Well, is Belgium? Belgium not the UK, is it?
I would consider.
Overseas.
You consider?
Yeah, it's overseas.
I just did a song with Woody Smalls. He from Belgium.
Oh wow!
It got picked to get on his album that's coming out.
Oh word!
So not out yet.
It's fire. Nah, it's not out yet, but
do you know
his
when
label okayed the song.
Oh wow!
Do you know when the album drops?
I have no idea yet. All I know is that 1245. That's this production company I work with that do all my music, everything. It's my brothers. They produced like 5 tracks on there.
Oh wow!
And I'm on one of them. So on his album, I made his album.
That's
like,
dope. So you already ahead of.
We international.
Yeah, she ahead of our convo right now. Like, look,
tap
overseas, Belgium,
Hey, whatever can make it happen. That was a blessing. He allowed us to do that. Come through, do the songs, and for me to hop on the song.
Right.
That was amazing. So
that's love.
It's blessed.
Hey man, that connection gets you far.
Exactly.
And then someone from UK, that's how the market grows.
Yeah.
That's how your audience grows. I mean.
Exactly.
Have you heard of Little Sims?
Lil Sims. I have heard of Lil Sims, but I haven't heard Lil Sims music.
Yeah,
I think I heard Lil Sims
fire.
on a whole different on something else.
She fire. She got this one track where I feel like it's very like Neptune's inspired, but it has that nerd sound where it's NERD sound where it's like rock, but she's just going off, and I'm just like, but you hear Pharrell like his ad-libs in the background.
She's from the UK, from London, huh?
I don't know where exactly out there she's from, but she's from that territory.
See, there's just so many dope people.
There's so many dope people.
Like
man.
Tonight, Missy Elliott from the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Somebody I'm inspired by. Like
Would Virginia be considered East Coast?
Is it?
Yes, it's Maryland, no?
East, right?
I thought that's DMV.
Oh, DMV. That's the East, right?
I don't know.
That would be mid still.
I wouldn't consider it mid either, because you're not by the coast.
Well, shit. Regardless.
Mid East.
Inspired.
Yo, yeah, Missy just dropped her album too, and it was pretty. That video was fire.
That shit was fire.
Because it was creative when she had the long hair and doing the double dutches with the girls.
Yep.
That was pretty creative,
That's
man.
dope. I know that ties in with the cover, because the cover has her hair.
Yeah,
like,
with Miss Missy. But she just took it back to this what I do.
Yeah.
This is me.
That's what I love. I love the female energy going on in music right now.
Oh, who's your favorite? Some of your favorite females right now?
Insane. I can name. Okay, we of course got Tierra. Come on now.
Oh, Tierra fire.
White. We got Rico Nasty.
Fire.
We got Queen Key. I've been listening to her. She tight too. She nasty, but she tight.
Queen who?
Queen Key.
I'm not heard of
I think she's
her.
from Chicago.
Okay.
She
Makes
hard.
sense. You tapped in Chicago?
Yeah, she hard. Damn, who else? Fuck. I was just listening to a whole bunch of light skin Keisha. She tight too.
What's her name? What's her name?
Light skin Keisha.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
She hard. Look her up.
What about Sweetie?
Sweetie cool. Like I like the song My Type. That's cool.
What
I
about?
haven't
But we
really indulged
only like
in
it
a lot
because
of-
the Pretty Pablo sample on.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was just on some LA hood shit. That's why I can appreciate the song.
Okay.
That's what it reminded me of. Cause like LA chicks, that's just how they talk, how they sound. Like
She's from LA?
I believe she is. I know she went to USC, and I know she be in that area. So
I'm not tapped in.
I believe she is from LA. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I know that she was definitely channeling LA energy.
Rhapsody.
Hey, but fuck all these other female
Hey,
MCs.
no, fuck that. Let's keep going.
Rhapsody?
You said Rhapsody? Rhapsody hard.
Hard as
the new
fuck.
album?
Huh?
You heard a new album?
Okay. So the new album with
She
Rhapsody.
said, fuck all that.
I love Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get into the new album. I gotta be real. I gotta be honest. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I had
really
a couple
tried.
joints. A couple joints was fire.
I really tried. I just couldn't. I
Cleo
don't
was
know
fire.
why.
That
like,
Aaliyah joint was fire. The one with Lakay,
cool.
what's her name? Lakay 47? How do you say it?
Yeah.
She fire.
Yeah,
That song was
She
fire.
dope.
She
Her
tight.
NPR
I
Tiny
probably
Desk.
have to listen to it again, huh?
I mean, I
I
feel
gave
it.
it like
I feel
2
it though.
runs.
It wasn't.
I gave it
I'm
like
not.
2
It don't have
runs.
replay value like that to me. It's just gonna cut like 5 joints that stand it out that I run back.
I feel like that's what music has got to nowadays, where it's like most artists that are like out there dropping out, like Rick Ross album, for instance, you know, like you have big names on there, but the listeners would kind of pick out 5-6 tracks that
How do you
fuck
feel
with.
about that? Because I'm about to cut you off, but how do you feel about that? Because on your album you'll have no features.
No,
it's
I
just
ain't got
so
no features.
you just want to stand
But
out
it was
yourself.
a mixtape. And
Okay.
it was.
But when it comes to the album, would you oversaturate it with features, or would you just keep it very minimal?
I don't know yet.
Because I like hearing more of the artist instead of the
I can
features
agree,
because
but
it takes
I don't-
away.
You just don't know. Like, you never know who you have the opportunity to work with.
That's a fact.
It's always good to work with people and
Yeah.
work with people.
I fuck with that.
I don't want to just end on I didn't like Rhapsody album. Rhapsody is one of my favorite MCs. Period.
Yeah,
Oh, she
period,
fire, bro.
period.
Period.
Male or female, like just rapper.
Period.
Rapper.
Period.
Yeah, real shit.
I just couldn't engage in what she was saying, although it was about even women. I just felt like I don't know how to feel about it, but you know what? It's okay to feel that way because as long as somebody have you feeling something,
Yeah.
they did their job.
Yeah, real
And,
shit.
You know what
and
I'm
you
saying?
listen, and you listen.
And I listen.
So
of
it's
course I'm
like-
gonna listen. I'm probably gonna listen again, and over time, I'll probably be
Yeah.
like, okay.
What I
bro.
like doing is I like revisiting albums after a while. Like I just got into the Carters this year, and that was like maybe 2 months ago.
fire.
That shit was fire, bro.
I
when
just
when
got
came
into
out.
it,
Yeah.
but like he knows that to where I'll revisit an album that dropped,
Yeah.
you know, a
Exactly.
couple years ago.
Exactly.
Because you move on your time instead of what social media is moving.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you know what? I probably just felt like maybe it
Yeah.
wasn't a time for me to listen to it. I probably wasn't even focused.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I would never just, I ain't trying to diss. Like,
Yeah,
you know, I
it's
probably
not,
just
it's not
wasn't.
a solid review. You would say
Exactly.
It's a rough review, like
Yeah.
one listen.
I
type
listened to
shit.
the whole thing. I did, but I don't know. We'll see.
Right now, you're saying that you never know who you can work with, but I know you have worked with Ice Cold Bishop.
Yeah,
Ice Cold Bishop actually put me on to you.
for real. That's the homie.
That's the
On
homie.
Moms.
Yeah,
That's the homie. I'm mamas. I'm mamas.
Shout out to
Shout
Ice
out
Cold.
to ICB.
Hey, shout out to Ice Cold Water. Okay.
No, but I know you. I know you want. I seen that post where you was like you guys had a record and you guys were spazzing about it or not?
It was a moment. It was okay. So this is how it happened. The homie Chris Ray, he's an engineer at 1245. He one of the dopest engineers, LA, and producers.
Mm-hmm.
He was working with Brass Tracks. They were in studio Brass Tracks, and they needed a piano. And I was still at the crib. We have a whole production house. So Chris was like, "Hey, can you bring the piano up here?" And he told Bishop who he was bringing. And Bishop was like, "Nigga, I know Water, like, you know what I'm saying?" So I brought the piano up there. I ended up leaving, and Chris told me that Bishop told me to come back. Like, you ain't gotta leave, come back. So I was like, okay, cool. So we in there with Brass Tracks, and it just happened naturally. Like, the
That's
nigga
dope.
asked me for my input on the track, and I put my input on the track, and it just happened like that. So the record is fire. I don't know if it'll come out. I don't know
Right,
if it's
yeah.
gonna be on his album.
You never know with him.
But it's a start. Like,
Yeah.
he trusted me enough to
That's dope.
have some type
Well,
of
he
direction
kept
on the track.
he kept posting that song, the Flower song. He showed so much
Oh,
love to that. So that's why I was just
he
like,
said it's one of his favorite
that song
songs.
is fire.
Yeah.
Like fire.
Yeah, I wish I would have been able to put it out how I wanted to put it out, but it's stuff behind the scenes. But it's okay.
It's all
Yeah,
It
you-
did
you
what it
got-
was supposed to do.
Your
Like,
timeline moves accordingly.
exactly, and it was just an introduction
That's
to I
one
guess
thing.
my sound. And I'm glad I actually came out singing first, cause I do both, and I just want
Right.
to be, I want to be able to be known for both, not
Right.
just singing or not just rapping, like, you know. So
Yeah, all the flower joint
It's
was
a blessing.
fire, bro.
yeah,
Like,
y'all know what it's about though, right?
explain.
No, tell me what you think what it's about. Because people always asking me, is it about weed?
Nah, you want the flower, you want the pussy, now?
Exactly.
All right, yeah.
I just have to make sure because some people don't know. Like, somebody was like, hey, is this about weed? Like, you talking about smoking weed?
That
I'm
means
like,
they don't be listening. They be
it's
skimming through
whatever
that
you
shit.
want, baby. For real.
Do you listen to
But
music or do you
I
skim through?
I legit have that shit on repeat, bro. While like I'll be getting ready for work or some shit, I have that shit on
That's
loop.
love. That's
Nah, for
love.
real, I do that to the shit that I really fuck with.
Yeah, Chris, like one thing I could vouch for, like I'm not engaged into like with music with me, I move accordingly to what I'm in the mood for. I'm still bumping Endless till this day.
Yeah.
I'm still bumping Blonde every single day, Jay-Z
All the time.
discography.
All the time.
So when he's bumping some other shit, we went through a whole 80s dance hall phase where
Oh,
we
yeah.
just, but like,
For a whole month, we were listening to 90s reggae.
like
fire.
he was just, he engages and he will do his homework. And if he is like, yo, I need this person on the podcast. It's for a genuine reason to like truly
Have a
'cause
conversation.
we're conversationalists, and that's why it's like the podcast is here because we just like talking to people that made you feel, made somewhat of an impact, whether it's for that hour, that day, or that month.
And I haven't seen you speak about the tape since it's been out
I
anywhere.
haven't actually been.
So that's why I felt like
I've
I
been
wanted to give you the.
asked.
Oh, you've been asked.
Yeah, to come on a podcast or like a few,
Mm-hmm.
or even just like I just been not right now because I'm just in a developing stage.
Right.
I've been developing this whole year.
Mm-hmm.
Like although the music came out, I just been developing and making more music.
Right.
Artist development,
Artist development.
persona
Do
development.
you,
Exactly, everything.
Are you
You're living life.
Are you
Yeah.
are you your biggest critic, or you have people that actually like you play the shit for and you let them judge to see what the reaction is?
My brothers at 1245, everybody there. We got Dave Koresh, who a part of 93 Punks. He's a writer himself. I trust his opinion. Chris Ray, who engineers everything I do and produces a lot of what I do.
Shout
Got
out to
my
y'all.
homie Fendi, like you know what I'm saying. It's a lot of people I'm around that I trust.
Right.
When it
No,
comes
yes,
to
man.
music, and my pops will be like,
Oh, that's right. Your pops. Yeah.
He tells
How
me-
does he feel about the music?
He loved my music. He want me to sing majority of it, like because he just I don't know.
I like singing shit better, to be honest.
Yeah,
though. I
he want me to sing
personally do.
majority, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna sing. I'm
I
gonna
like
keep
rapping
singing,
shit.
and I'm gonna rap too because I can't be constricted.
Yeah,
then
and
not like
that's
it.
why I
like
like
that.
artists
You know what I'm
artists
saying?
of this caliber to where like even Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
A lot of my homies say we need a rap album from Anderson .Paak. People say that about Beyonce.
Yeah.
Drop a rap
Oh,
album.
man,
B.
yeah.
Bitch, they been doing that. Destiny's Child.
You feel me? So
That
it's like
was part rap, part singing. Like,
Yeah,
come on,
yeah.
people acting
Soldier,
like she
bro?
new to this.
Soldier?
Classic.
They're just rapping in that
fast
girly
paced.
tone and that
Exactly.
sassy shit, which I think is fire.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not mad when guys be like, oh, these girls they're rapping they're talking stripper rap or blah blah blah. Nah, man, like the
Hey, let me
the
say
men
something
do
about that,
it.
'cause
The
I was
men,
hot. I
the
was
men
hot.
do it.
I was
Ben.
hot when he said something about that. Because I feel like he just said some shit just to stir some shit. Like,
JD?
I don't think he believed that because he
What-
worked with Rhapsody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's no way you can say, bro, that you don't have a favorite
do
female.
you think he was generalizing like a lot of men do?
Yeah, he was.
I don't know what the fuck he was thinking when he
Because
said that shit.
no, but real shit though, the women at the forefront right now are ones talking the whole shit. I mean, the
But niggas been talking about
exactly,
whole shit forever.
exactly. That's my
Like,
argument
you know what
too.
I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's why.
Even my father, his music is vulgar. Talk
Yeah.
about women.
Hey, to
and
me, it just looks
you know
like
what I'm saying?
you even the playing field, and I don't see anything wrong with women doing
Man,
it
let
too.
him go off, man.
Yeah.
I love seeing.
Yeah.
Yo, when Bodak Yellow dropped, at first I didn't even. The songs were whatever to me, but when I started seeing women rapping this shit, and they felt that they felt like they were the shit.
But
That's how
just
I
like-
felt when I rap some shit.
Just like every genre of hip hop, there's sub-genres
Yeah,
in hip hop.
yeah.
Oh,
You
for
can
sure.
have I guess you say conscious. I mean, all the rap is conscious.
Right.
But if you have something to where you want to talk about spiritual stuff, then there's a spiritual rappers. You got Oshun. We got artists like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
got the homegirls, Mother Nature from Chicago. They
Yeah.
hard.
I actually heard about Oshun
Oshun?
like 2
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
years ago. It's 2 girls, right?
Yep, 2 girls. Mother Nature's 2 girls as well. Hard, rapid. Like, we got my homegirl Vintage. She from LA. I believe she's from LA. Yeah, Inglewood, LA. But that's my sister. Like, you know what I'm saying? And she rap about conscious. So it's not just stripper rap. That's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you expect Cardi B to say?
Yeah,
Right.
same thing with drug music. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's all like that's how I start looking at things where it's like you live
Bro, at the
through
end of
it.
the day, it's
What?
entertainment.
Like-
So
Yeah.
however you want to entertain
It's so many-
your audience,
yeah.
you have the choice to do
Seek
that
what
however
you
the
want.
fuck.
Seek what you want.
There's
and
so
get
many
it out of
options,
it,
bro. That's why I be telling people certain people be like, oh, I don't listen to new music because there's nothing good out. I'm like, no, you're just not looking good
Yeah.
enough. There's a lot of good shit out.
Mick Jenkins says that. He says, I'm tired of these old heads saying that there's not bars out here. Y'all just not digging deep enough.
Or just being lazy. Like, being lazy, basically.
Yeah, you
or
rely
just
on Pandora.
choosing not to play it because are y'all playing it? Are y'all pushing to play it? Because you are a fucking gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If we gonna talk about gatekeepers, you have the
Yeah, you
power
do.
to make that happen.
You do.
Like,
you
come
do.
on now,
DJs
like-
are getting
I
paid.
can't wait to
push-
be a gatekeeper.
But I'm just saying, that's just how it works. Like,
Adam 22 is a gatekeeper for that
On the
genre.
low. On the low, he is
For
though.
that genre.
He is. And academics.
Academics too.
But see, this is my argument too. I love that shit. I love the quote unquote mumble. I love that trap shit. I'm not gonna defend it though. If you say it's trash, you right probably. But I'm not gonna defend that.
Yeah.
But I indulgence. I love Playboy Cardi. What you mean?
Yeah.
Is it anything?
It's what mood are you in?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm particular. I'm particular than most folks, but I feel like my taste is very broad as far as like decades go.
But I won't even be playing that shit for the longest, bro. I literally go back to the good shit.
Yeah.
It literally just for like a week, and then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm off this. Back to the real shit.
But that's why I feel like we're in the best time of music right now. And people can disagree with that, but it's just so many. You can go back to the old songs.
Yeah,
I can go
always.
on Tidal right now and listen to Reasonable Doubt.
You on Tidal?
Yes.
I just switched back
I'm
to
definitely
Apple
on Tidal.
Music.
I'm definitely on Tidal.
My Tidal is crashing so much to where I'm in email threads with the host. Like, yo, I'm dying.
Come on, Jay. You got to fix that, bro.
I'm like, I was like,
You got to fix that, bro. You can't be crashing Tidal because Tidal is the wave. You hear me?
bruh, I'm paying for the master one, the high fidelity, right?
Oh, come on, bro.
So
Come on,
I'm
Jay.
over here expecting a little bit
He
more
ain't
support.
even got a student account, Jay. He paying the real shit. He paying the highest price, bro.
You feel me? So I'm like in the emails, like this is the first time I cared.
Hey, somebody at Tidal, please help this nigga right now, bro.
That's funny.
He need 3 months for free.
Cause he knows my love for Jay.
It don't be happening to you?
That shit don't happen to me.
See, and look, and here's the crazy part. Let me ask you one question about Tidal. Do you have it on your laptop?
I don't have it on my laptop. I have it on my phone.
Okay, see, I had it on my phone and laptop, right?
Okay.
Because I work on both. So on my phone, if I add to my collection,
Yo, you hot.
that shit is not on my laptop. So I will have to search for that same exact song to add it to my collection.
Come on, we gotta fix this.
I'm in the emails talking to this girl named
You in the
Ashley.
email.
What she say?
She was like, "We're working on this right now, but in the meantime, you can enjoy." I'm like, "Bitch,
She
Listen,
sent you a playlist.
Damn,
to this
nigga,
shit?
have some patience. They trying to fix that shit. I'm pretty sure you're not the only person hitting them up about that.
well, I did Google it, and it was like responses from like 18 months ago, where it was just like
18 months.
it was just unsolved. It was just unsolved mystery type shit, and I'm just like, Jay, I respect you too much to bash Tidal
Bro,
publicly.
You gotta hit up Ain't No Jigga.
Hey, you just gotta make a new profile, bro.
And then I lose the student discount. You feel me? Like, then I gotta go.
Oh, so this nigga been using the student discount.
Yeah, I'm paying
thinking
$10.
you. No, fuck that. You had me fooled. You had me fooled.
I'm paying
You had me
$10.
thinking you was paying the actual price.
No, not 20.
That's
I'm
your
not,
karma, bro.
Man, nigga, you was already getting discounted, bro. What else you want?
The fucking quality I'm paying for,
quality.
that's still $10.
Ah, man.
I feel you. We gotta fix that ASAP.
But I went
'Cause
back to
Tidal's amazing.
Yeah, no, the master. You work with engineers all day, every day. You know that master quality on there is way better than my fucking music on my AT&T app. Told me my music streaming was 25 gigs when I had Tidal. But that's because each song is over 100 kilobits per second. iTunes is giving you about 320 kilobits per second max.
I don't be knowing all the logistics.
That's
like
three
that.
times
Know
more
that
the
shit
quality,
is-
bruh.
Right.
The
No, for real. Everything sounds smacking on there.
incredible.
Yeah.
And then
When I uploaded Water Love, I was surprised at the quality when I heard it. On
Yeah.
Tidal. I was like, damn.
do you follow Ain't No Jigga on Twitter?
Nah.
They drop a lot of info on what's going on with the app. And with the Reasonable Doubt, they just did the whole worldwide master. So Tidal has an independent company that allows artists to independently distribute through them while keeping their masters.
Oh, damn.
So I don't know if that's new information for you, but
Yeah,
it
I
is
heard
informative for independent artists where they could push you could push your next project
How you know shit's independent?
Through them.
through them independently while keeping your masters.
I'm definitely independent right now.
So
Word.
Definitely.
you know when people's independent, bro.
No, you don't.
Sometimes you do, bro.
No, you don't. No,
Well,
you
shit,
don't.
regardless, we getting this
No,
shit
you don't.
done.
Because independent artists will work with other independent platforms.
It's actually
When
facts.
when you paid, the label would have paid for this trip. She would have had a driver or
true.
some shit, and it would have been a platform to where the label could make money back.
Shit. Now, Water, if I'm in LA and y'all are in Riverside, I drive myself.
And that's-
we can keep that budget towards something else.
Exactly. And there's smart artists that think like that.
You know what I'm saying? It was 2 hours. It ain't that serious for me to have no drive.
Yeah, and
2 hours.
I'd rather drive 2 hours and have the budget be like, oh, we're gonna pay,
Like,
400.
like you seen that clip where Adam 22 said he paid Dame Dash $500 to do the
Yeah, like
because Dame requested a haircut money and a driver money.
You see,
And he's in LA.
you see.
I mean, Dame Dash is older.
That's true though.
I'm young right now, and I'm networking. Dame Dash is Dame Dash.
That is true though.
Like, you know what I'm
Dame
saying?
Dash don't get the respect he deserved.
He's Dame Dash.
I mean, how you feel what he said about Jay though?
About who?
What he said about Jay when he said Jay ain't shit.
That's not my business.
I like you.
That's a very, I like answers like that.
She ready for like big ass. She ready for Breakfast Club, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my business.
Charlemagne's gonna be in the back, like just like this.
I like you.
But question about the album cover, and also another question about just who you are as yourself. Album cover question would be, unless you want to save.
Go ahead.
No.
Okay. What is the album cover? Because I know there's two mermaids.
Go
Okay,
back to
so
the flower joint.
okay, what you want first?
Go ahead.
Okay, so the homie Fendi drew the cover, and I told him what I wanted, and I just wanted two mermaids holding hands because Water Love is a love story. Initially, it's a love story between two mermaids.
They have underwater phones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Call me up.
Hey, that's
Hold on,
No,
I'm
but-
about to ask. Okay, go.
But that's definitely the homie drew that up, and I thought it was amazing because it don't look aggressive. It looks really innocent.
It does.
It looked like a children's book.
Yeah,
Like-
like
Oh,
a
wow, I like that.
Yeah,
It
Yeah,
looked like a children's
I
book.
wanted
It
like,
did.
and he made it exactly how I explained it. He made it perfect.
that's dope. That's dope.
So it's more like you're not gonna shy away from it. And the sound when you press play, it's like, whoa, this
Yeah.
is totally different. But it also paints a picture and it tells a story.
Are you a water sign?
No, I'm a Gemini.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what
So mommy water comes from the origination is mother. Mommy water is mother water. So
Mommy water?
is mommy water. It's a deity in Africa. It's the mother of waters. And she's worshipped in Africa. Fertility, anything you desire. If you want a new car, they would go to mommy water, ask mommy water for a new car.
Oh,
you know what
fire.
I'm saying? So it's way deeper than what people.
No. Well, talk about it. I want to know.
Yeah,
about
so
it.
it's
We
just
live for this shit.
Yeah,
Like
no,
real
we
shit, real
wake
shit.
up and say we want to know more.
Real
yeah.
shit. So, mommy water.
It's a deity in Africa that's worshipped. The mother.
It's
The
a
mother.
God of water.
Yeah, but it's the mother. If you think
Mother,
about
okay.
water, that's
It's
earth.
life.
It's life.
Plants grow with
But
water.
hey, I always say, you know how they say money is the root of all evil? I
Yeah.
say water is the good of all. Water is the root of all good. I've always
Yeah,
said that
definitely.
shit.
That's
I mean,
fire.
without water, there's no survival.
Yeah,
Exactly.
without water or sunlight, there's
Water
no
is the root of
survival.
everything.
Yeah.
Everything good.
Exactly. So I don't. The relationship I have with mommy water is so weird because it came to me so random. At the time, I was depressed.
But that randomness made the impact because it was random.
But I was confused as fuck because I was like, damn, I'm depressed as fuck. And then this thing come and now I'm even more confused. Like, why do I feel so connected to this? Why do I feel like I have to represent this? Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't question nothing. I don't question what
Higher,
the higher tell me to do.
Okay.
I just do it. Like,
You don't go against the grain.
Nah.
I've been learning that this year is because I'm from India, so that was my next question about your
Okay.
tattoo.
Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
That she wasn't done explaining her answer.
Go ahead. Let's
Alright,
talk.
So I have a few questions just based off your response. And before I even ask those, I just want to say your responses are really intriguing because you leave enough room for me to ask more questions, and I appreciate that. First question is, this project was based around water.
Yes.
Do you ever see yourself basing your project around other elements that represent or are in the same area as water, like fire or earth?
In the future.
Okay, so
future.
this is almost like I wouldn't say
You
a
got some things
trilogy.
in the back.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I mean this project really just represents it's a story about like
Hold on. Oh, yeah, my bad. I cut you off.
ahead, love.
But is the album a phone call?
this. I'm about to break it down to you. I'm about to break it down. So in the beginning we got 911, right? Now the cover says Two Mermaids in Love, but as we were making this, me and Chris Ray was like, damn, this is a self-love project.
Right.
If you really think about it. And I was like, damn, this is fucking me up. It's a relationship. It's a mirror of a relationship with myself. Like, so in the beginning, we have the 911 call. And we have the banging.
Is this church's chicken? Oh,
Like,
shit.
but shit like that,
No,
it's
shit's
just
perfect.
it's a time capsule.
Yeah.
So when I explained it to the homies, I was like, we're in Atlantis. And Atlantis is lost. And this is a time capsule of everything that's happening during that time.
Bro, you just fucked. Oh, wow. Okay, wow. Okay.
It's gonna make you
bro,
appreciate the project
imagine you
more.
found this shit like they're digging up a treasure and they found
And
this
they
shit.
found
Like
this
a
tape.
it's a floppy
And they
disk.
found this tape.
Or it says like found or from Atlantis or some shit.
Yeah.
Hold up, pause on everything. You local rappers, y'all local people doing music, y'all ain't doing no concept based nothing. Like y'all shit is trash. Like y'all just putting music together and like here's my mixtape.
Y'all making a 9-track album.
A time capsule?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Y'all better step your game up.
So a lot
I'm
of
telling
the
you, I have high
recordings, bro,
standards.
yeah.
ICB. High standard. Mother Water, high standard. Civ Pierre, high standard. Y'all motherfuckers better step y'all. I swear, man.
Bruh.
I fucking swear, man. But I'm
Bruh.
sorry. Carry on.
Yeah,
I gotta get that shit out.
That's why you hear the
Conceptual
WATA
seduction.
love, because Atlantis was an advanced community. They have more technology than we have right now.
Yeah,
it was
of course.
destroyed.
Facts.
More,
So that's why
more everything.
That's why you hear WATA love. It's like it's just going to the next channel, like of what happened next and what happened next, what happened next.
The details, man.
Exactly. So in 911, it's pick up, I know you see me calling for you.
Yeah.
It's really me calling for myself. It's like the higher self calling. Like, nigga, you need to pick up. You're going through some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it also represents love. But really, if you think about it, being in a relationship is just a reflection of being with yourself.
Yeah, who you
It's
are.
going to go how you
Yeah.
love yourself. If you love yourself, then the relationship will work. If
Yeah.
you don't love yourself, it's not going to
Yeah.
work.
That's a fact.
That's
Like,
that's
you
fire.
know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just thinking on a deeper perspective and just making it catchy so people will listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're putting the medicine to the candy.
I really like that idea because I like conceptual albums and I just like conceptual artists in general. To where you have a concept going for that year or that season, that month. There's just a concept there of, and it reflects on the moods you're going through.
Yeah.
And you saying you're going through a growing phase, like a progressing, a development stage. That's telling me that this project that you just did is
Release.
it's a release
Yeah.
of something you needed to hear
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. It was so, what's so weird about it is, excuse me, it was so last minute. Because we had a whole project I wanted to drop. But the homies, like, we was like,
Intuition.
man,
You had to
let's
warm the
just do
streets
this.
up. You had to warm
Let's
us
just
up.
do this mixtape, and then people that do this, and then you have a whole project. They'll appreciate your project.
Intuition.
Exactly. And it was like
Intuition.
either we're gonna force this project, or we're gonna make some more music,
Or
and
they
then
gonna
put
sip
that
on
out.
the project.
Exactly. So
Either they
it was just a choice we had to make.
either they stuff their face with one project and not enjoy the full food or the full taste of the meal,
take your time.
or you
Yeah.
you give them an appetizer,
Appetizer. I was about to say,
Appetizer.
yeah, it was an appetizer.
and then
Exactly.
you bring out the other stuff. And
Exactly.
I like that about artists because I was just having a talk with one of my homies that makes music, and I was asking him how his project's going. He's like, we just need 2 more tracks.
Yeah.
In my head, that fucked me up. I'm like, when I'm taking pictures, I'm not taking pictures saying like, oh, I just need 2 more pictures.
Yeah.
I'm taking like 100, 200 more.
And then choosing the best out of all
Exactly.
those pictures, and then putting it together.
Exactly.
And releasing
Did you
it.
do that was that kind of a process for this project where you
Hell
made
yeah.
like
So, like I said, I was in a depressed state. I just got out of a relationship. Nigga was hurt. I was down. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do next. I knew I was going to do music. But some days I didn't even feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
you had to find a way to release your
But
feelings
Right.
out.
shit,
yeah.
I got up every day, went to 12:45. The homies helped me through it, and we put our head down, and we made over 30 songs in
Y'all
like some
picked
months.
5. And y'all picked 5.
No. They made
that's-
the whole
that
album
was
first,
for
and then
Light
recorded
Rays.
more.
That was for a whole other project.
Okay.
After that, doing those songs, then
They made
did
Water Love after
Water
that,
Love.
yeah.
That's fire.
Like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
y'all doing overtime just to get out
we gotta
a solid piece. Like, hey, everyone watching, if you're an artist, please cook a meal. Be the chef of your meal and make me want to
Facts.
come back to your restaurant. If you out here just making fast food and you doing exactly what I tell you to do, like, oh, I need a double cheeseburger, vegan. If I just want that, I don't expect just that. You feel me? Like, I don't want you on Instagram telling me your burger is this
But
fucking
you know what,
big
though?
ass.
I ain't even gonna sit here and fake like I ain't want to just put something out. Because
Of course
when
you got
see
that feeling.
people putting stuff out, it's like, damn, I'm tight too. Like, I want to put my shit out too. I want niggas to see
Yeah.
my shit. But it's like, at the same time, just having people around you that's not going to say yes to everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if you a yes man, I don't want you around me.
No, for real, because I wanted to put it out. But then we had to look at reality. Like, look,
And I want to tell you, I
it could be this. Right now, it's here.
Yeah.
But your project could be this. Just do
Presentation
this for
matters.
Right now. Like,
Presentation matters, and you take your time. And I think I see you study the game. You
Yeah.
study this shit, and you know what you're doing.
And I appreciate that your team around you
Yeah.
are very solid too, because it's a reflection of you. So it's like, wow, she working with dope people, and you're praising them, like you're giving them their flowers. So it's dope to see that as an artist myself.
well, I have to learn off other people's mistakes.
That's
You
being
know,
wise.
people
that's
that's
being wise.
like people that I work with are like Dave Correct. She's an artist himself. It's mistakes he made putting things out or doing things. I just had to be like, okay, he's telling me this.
Yeah.
He's not telling me this just to tell me this. He's telling me this because he wants me to learn from his mistake.
Out of his experience.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I'll be wasting my time. I'll be wasting more time if I just do it anyways.
Yeah.
Or do it my way. Because I don't know this. I ain't never put no project out.
Yeah.
I ain't never did this before. Like, I have no experience doing this.
You're not being stubborn.
And if I was, it's his ego.
Yeah.
Ego.
And every time, like, I'm
Yep.
at the crib with, 12:45 making music, we don't have ego in the room. I might feel a way and I could say something.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I have the power to say how I feel. But we don't deal with ego, period. None of the artists I'm around Asia Kate, which is a phenomenal artist. Vintage, we got Morgan Glasper. Like, all the niggas, Fendi, Dave, Chris, everybody. Like, we just don't deal with ego.
That's dope.
Even with Kane. Kane do our video production. It's his family.
Yeah,
Like,
I really
what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that. That's good to hear that there's people out there like that, because as a photographer, videographer, people will use you at their disposal. And for me, I guess I haven't established it, like, I'm not established yet either, but I haven't, like, people know when they work with me. Like, I have a contract ready. I'm a certain way with certain people, and I expect my homies to respect me the same way.
Yeah.
And sometimes that shit doesn't get reciprocated. So it's like, I'd rather work with these people that treat me the way I want to be treated, and there's no ego, there's no judgment, there's no pressure, really.
Yeah.
Like, you could tell me, hey, I need a music video done in 4 days. It's like, cool, we could do that, but talk to me like we could do that. Don't talk to me like I need to do it. But we can
It's
do
just
it.
respect.
Yeah, it's a respect thing. And
Yeah.
it's like,
But sometimes you're not gonna run into respect, and you still gotta carry yourself right anyways.
Yeah.
Like, even if that shit,
You dealt
like,
a lot of
nigga,
fuck shit already?
I won't fuck you up, bro. But at the same time, like, we just can't react like
Yeah.
that. We gotta have composure because you're gonna deal with people in the industry, and you don't want to be the person known for always turning up on somebody when you can't get your way, or if somebody say something to you wrong. It's really life. Like, what I'm learning about life, you just gotta be the bigger person all the time. And you know what? Like,
Adulthood
unless
sucks.
you're physically threatened, if you're physically threatened, then you have the right to
yeah,
do
you
what
got to pull the blammer out.
Yeah, but if you not, then you just gotta have composure, because a lot of niggas that be tripping anyways don't be in position for too much longer.
Yeah,
Anyway, so.
you see it. Like, I've noticed that as a photographer, you gonna see it on my page. I don't, like, it's gonna sound fucked up to say, but I have my reasons. I don't really shoot with females like that. And the main reason being is there's a lot of stigma around photographers shooting females. And you have perverts, you have creeps, you have people that
I've heard some stories.
You have, like, hey, let's do a whole nude shoot, and then they don't even drop the pictures. Like,
But see, you can't shy away from doing that, because there has to exist a photographer that would treat a woman right while they're.
yes.
You gotta give people the
Being
benefit of the doubt, bro.
Yeah.
It has to exist.
No, for me, I like shooting homegirls over actual established models, because it's like the homegirls got nothing to lose. why are they gonna ever try to lie or ever like?
But see, you
and I
never know.
them.
You never know. That's why
That
you.
too.
You get on and they're gonna come back
That's
for you, bro.
true.
But
That's
I
true.
mean, if you're not
I
even
got
on
these
that
pictures.
vibe, you really shouldn't even be worried about
Yeah.
that
Bullshit.
shit.
Yeah,
Like
no.
for real.
Nah, but nowadays you don't gotta be on that vibe, and women can just say, "Hey, he did something,"
But-
and then it's a whole fucking
but
problem.
That could happen, but I don't even. You're not even supposed to think negative
Yeah.
like that.
I try
I don't
not
want
thinking
to.
negative.
But it's scary
I try
out
not
here.
thinking
Just being
negative,
professional all times.
but my changing ways now is instead of shooting like bikini models and like people that are in that position, they are in that environment where shit like that can happen. I like working with musicians that are females that just happen to be females. So I'm working with this new chick, and it's dope with the ideas I'm coming out with because it's like, wow, I haven't worked with a female musician. I've only worked with ICB, Malik, Ja, and those are like the three main musicians I work with, period. Besides that, it's like everyone else is just doing their own thing or they hired me. But with this new chick, it's like, cool, I really dig the music. She's not rapping or anything. She's just straight singing.
Fire.
And her manager linked me to her. And I was just like, wow, this is dope. Like, I don't listen, he knows I don't listen to R&B like that either. I didn't grow up in a household to where music was played. So I developed my own sound based off the lifestyle. Like, I was seeing. So R&B shit is
R&B
like,
better than hip hop, bro. That's another conversation.
yeah, that's another conversation.
Ain't nothing better than nothing. It all
Yeah,
exists.
you put in two bad bitches. Yeah, that's trying to make
You
them
putting
fight.
two bad bitches together.
True, you right.
Yeah,
Right.
you're trying to make them fight.
But my cup of tea, I just like singing shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've been on, and I see myself, getting to that wave. But like,
Yo, he was stuck on Usher. What was it? Usher.
you don't have to.
You don't have to call. Recently,
hard.
it's
Recently,
hard as
rec-
fuck.
It's a hard
But he was like, "Bro, Usher is really hard. It's really that hard." I'm like, "Yes, bro.
Look,
it's
look.
that hard."
Check this out. This might be embarrassing. People might laugh, but Hotline Bling. I'm at an age where I can relate to that song.
Oh my god.
Yo, like, yeah, he was like, "Yo, I'm like this on fire." I'm like, "Yes, bro. That breakdown at the end, fire."
And for me, it's just like I like listening to music. I could.
Hotline be
I could
blinking.
You're on your own
relate to
time.
Your
it,
hotline
yeah.
be blinking.
I used to. So that's when I was in that era
that's
where I was
deep.
like, damn, like, yo, I could relate to this song. Like, ever since I left the city, you feel me? But anyways, here's another question. Your tattoo on your right hand,
Yeah.
can you explain to us?
It's a it's a sound.
It's a
a
vibration.
sound?
It's a vibration.
Vibrations.
Really?
Yeah, 432, bro.
Niggas
432
be like, you
hertz.
from the 30s? I'm like, nah, bro. You gotta chill.
Yeah.
It's spiritual.
It's
It's a sound.
It's from the Hindu religion.
Exactly.
It's a symbol. We were talking about symbolism earlier. It's a symbol
people-
for
yeah.
the sound Om, and the way they say it, the way they
Like
say it,
meditating.
it's a certain frequency pitch that it goes through.
Wow.
But everything like the sound of the universe is at 432
Yeah,
hertz.
yeah.
So a lot of people, I have
The sound
a
of the
homie-
universe is at
Hey,
what?
this nigga know.
432 hertz.
Yup.
528 hertz is another alternative.
Wow.
But the homie Ghost Digi, he gets his 432 hourly. Like he'll play an hour of 432 a day in order to ingest the frequencies
Vibration.
his brain needs in order to be healthy.
Yeah.
So that's why I asked. I'm like, Om is a vibration. So when they're meditating, even though they're in their own mind,
Right.
that that vibration is doing something to the roof of their mouth, and the roof of their mouth then starts connecting to the brain. Like it really does something to you.
Oh shit.
So that's where yoga kicks in, bruh. Like yoga.
Yep. It's the vibrational because we're vibrational beings.
Right.
People think you
It's a vibe.
People think manifesting is just picturing some shit. No, it's really how you feel. If I feel like $1 million consistently, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's really of how you feel. Like, if you always feel sad and depressed, you're gonna be fucking sad and
Yeah,
depressed.
and if you listen, I feel like music is a big influence on that. I don't like
course.
listening to sad music when I'm sad because
course.
it's like you're gonna make me sadder. I don't give a fuck about relating to you. I just don't want to feel sad no more.
That'd be me though. Yeah.
So I'm gonna play this Jay-Z and I'm gonna act like I'm rich because fuck being sad. I got work
And
to
that's
do.
how you cope.
Yeah.
Some people might cope listening to R&B.
Yeah, it's-
like
it's-
the
it's-
opposite. So it's just really like it's just really on who
sound
you
sound.
are.
Are you religious or are you more so spiritual?
I'm not
spiritual.
religious at all.
You could tell off the hand, bro.
No,
She's
I'm just
spiritual.
asking she if she
Yeah.
identified as a religion.
There's just
Yeah.
Cause she tapped in spiritually, and I always
Now,
tell myself I gotta be more tapped in.
I did grow up in like a Christian like family. My great grandma was a pastor
Wow.
on my dad's side. Like, and I wasn't alive to meet her.
Does that have to do with
I
the
heard
intro?
she was a gangster though.
Okay.
Like, she was a gangster, like, for real. And that just make me excited because it's like, damn, I really think she was more spiritual, but how she can connect with the people was through Christianity.
You don't
Like,
I feel like I feel like that's the origins of it anyway.
Yeah.
You connect through people through Christianity. Like people look up to you for hope.
That's for. But some people, they don't really know the word themselves, and they go and teach other people, and then it just destructs people.
Yeah.
Because they're taught to hate other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a telephone effect.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. You're
And
gonna tell them a little
it's
bit
like
different.
Rumor. Yeah, like a rumor. Like, but really, if you really dive into it, then it's a whole different thing. Now, I don't know if I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't know. But if I was to do, if I did believe in Jesus Christ, he was a solid nigga.
Yeah, he was a man of God, and I leave it at
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
I leave Jesus as a man of God and
I
nothing
don't
more.
relate Jesus
Right.
to the Bible at
Yeah,
all.
at
I
all.
just don't, because it's like that's not what
I
the
feel
type
that.
of love he was giving. When I do read about the things that he was doing, it wasn't on no Bible or I don't like this person, I don't like that person. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not judging you.
He was the no judgment type, but
Exactly.
in order to
Regardless.
be, I'm not Muslim, but I've done studies on different religions, and I
Yeah.
know when you believe in Allah, you have to believe Jesus as a prophet.
Yeah.
He's not anything else besides a prophet.
And
unless
Allah is a
I believe
God.
in prophets.
Allah is
period.
God,
Yep.
and in the Muslim religion, Allah, there's no trace of him. There's no image of him. We were not created.
It's just spirit.
It's just
Well, it's spirit in you.
It's just it.
That's what it's supposed to
But that
be.
goes back to just everyone being a God.
It is
right?
because we're creators.
Because you're a creator. And
She
you know
creates
what's wild?
music.
That's my purpose. I've known this for a minute. My purpose is to create. I don't just create music. I create clothes.
Close. I was
too.
about to say. You said.
Like,
I remember you said something
you know
about
what I'm saying?
that God gave you.
And
I think something gave you your hands to write and make
And
clothes.
make
Yeah,
clothes.
and
God gave me hands that bless me.
As a
Like,
photographer, I thank God for my eyes, bro. Like, I kid you not, I'd be like, universe, whatever's out there, my vision is very impactful to my life. And it changed, just based off the things I've seen, the way I see things now, you changed my life. Because now I'm able to capture what I see. If I was able to do that as a kid, I would be able to make a movie or a documentary, you feel me? Like, if I just had a camera on me at all times. But we are creators, and I feel like that's where the image, like God lives within you, comes in.
Yep.
But to me, it just goes down to the science of the way we were made. Like back to 432, there's vibrations and everything. We are controlled by
Vibrational
vibrations,
beings.
and we are controlled by the planets.
Right.
Like if the full moon is creating these tides to get higher, it's affecting us too. Because we're made out of 70% water, and
Don't-
there's stardust in us.
Stardust, definitely.
I don't want to talk about space.
Hey, your
though.
man's is hip, okay?
And it goes down to
hip.
it goes down to like how we're trying to be on this whole vegan tip, bruh. You're already on it, but I'm trying, and it goes down to frequency that your body intakes. Geniuses are around 85 to 90 hertz. Cancer starts growing at 40 hertz. So based off the frequencies your body is giving off, based off what you're eating, that's where you start growing cancer, and the mucus comes in and
Exactly.
the spread of it.
Yeah.
If you down 40 hertz, you're exposed to that.
Yeah,
sickness.
cancer could grow in that vibration of 40 hertz.
Exactly.
It can't grow any higher. Now, when you're scientifically dead, your hertz are at 24.
Yeah.
So when you're at 24, you could be alive and breathing and all that, but scientifically, your body's not creating enough vibrations for you to be considered alive.
Yep.
There's a lot
It
that
get
goes
deep,
into
bro.
it.
No,
it
yeah.
get deep.
Vibration, like when people look, hey, I've tried to make hella Snapchats about this, but I didn't because I've been holding back. This is the perfect moment. If you out there telling me I'm killing your vibe, I'm doing this, I'm doing that to your vibe, can you tell me what vibe is? Because I know what you talk about, but I know you don't know what you talk about. What does vibe stand for?
Bro, don't say that comment because that's the same shit that goes back to the symbolism and shit. Like, you know, But you're not gonna tell nobody when they say, "Oh, I want to do something like this." You're not gonna say shit to them.
Either they know or they don't.
It's just I
Exactly.
don't
You
know.
can't blame people for not knowing.
Some
Hey,
people
bro.
are just ignorant to certain things, and it's
Vibes.
okay. It's okay.
And closed-minded.
It just pisses me off that
Of course.
fucking vibes stands
Bro,
for
you know people started
vibrations.
saying you kill my vibe after Kendrick. So why?
Yeah.
So,
No, that's true. That's true.
But
That's
that
true.
just shows you how big hip hop is.
Oh, for sure.
Hip-hop
Hope
runs
on the
media.
road.
You know what I'm
Hip hop
saying?
is pop culture.
Yeah, hip hop runs a fucking
It
media.
runs fashion. It runs everything. But speaking of fashion, water gear.
Yeah.
You design your own shit.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yep.
Logos, the font, everything. All you.
Yep.
Fire.
Yep.
And now you're trying to take it to cut and sew, or you're trying to take it into designer fabric wise,
I'm
one-on-one
definitely
pieces.
taking it into cut and sew. I'm taking my time with that because that takes a lot of time to do. But I'm starting this brand called House of Water, which is one-of-one pieces. Until I'm able to get a manufacturing company.
That's
but
fire.
Until
though.
then, you'll just have one-of-one. I was blessed to do some collabs with Darren Rios, which is the homie, and his stuff is called Your Club Sucks. So I'm doing collaboration with him, and
That's a
he
dope
was
name.
able to get me introduced to the Rogue LA, which is a store in downtown. I talked maybe like a few weeks ago, Pop Up LA on Melrose. I talked to the lady there. She dope, and she asked me, like, you can get your clothes here too if you just pay this amount. It's not even a lot, like, but it just shows you just ask.
Yeah.
Ask.
Did you hear about the
receive.
100 story?
I did hear about the 100 story, but very vividly.
What happened?
So the way they started was they literally printed out a bunch of shirts, and it's called guerrilla marketing. That's how like ISIS and these like clans out in the other countries are made. It's called guerrilla marketing, where you go into a store and you just place your fucking product there, and you walk out.
Or you just leave your shirt laying around?
Yeah,
Or what?
and what they did was he put his shit there, and he had all his homies go in there and ask to buy
Ask.
the shirt. So when they're like, this ain't even popping up on our register, what is this?
He was capping.
That's fire though.
And that's how it starts. But yeah, like
I also heard a similar story of him actually getting into a store and having his homies go there and buy all the shirts.
yeah,
Type thing. And it worked.
that's like, bro. Imagine that. Imagine you put like 50 shirts in Costco and just fucking leave them there. Just leave them there. And I'm gonna walk in that bitch and be like, I'm trying to buy 3 of them. And you have all your Mikey, Sammy, everybody else. I'm trying to buy 3 of them. Oh, it's not coming up on our system. What is this? They're gonna alert the manager. It's gonna get to a higher thing.
Yeah.
And then
They're gonna reach out.
Yeah.
You're gonna force them to reach out to you. Be like, hey, where can I get these shirts?
Because
I'm trying to buy
they
them.
look at it as a business thing. Like, wait, there's a product in my
There's a
store.
demand.
There's a product in my store. There's a demand for it, and it's not in my system. What is this?
Right.
You cut the middleman shit out, and you go straight.
That's
you just
smart as
drop your
shit.
shit in there.
Damn, I ain't think of some shit
But
like that.
Now you gotta think,
out in the
yeah.
Middle East, bro, they'll be recording some extreme sermons, and they'll place them in these stores, and there'll be kids like, "Hey, this one looks cool."
Sermons?
Yeah, sermons, religious talks,
Yeah.
where like
Like TED Talks.
I grew up on sermons where it's pretty much like gospel, I guess you could say, but in different cultures. It's different cultures comes with different music or different
Right.
genre, I guess you could say, of speaking about God. So I grew up on nothing but sermons because my mom. And like 2000 was like when I first moved to Cali. That's when I heard my first song. So like I'm in Queens and like Biggie died. I did not know who that was, but I saw people crying.
Yeah.
I saw the look. I saw everything about it.
That's
but
fire,
it was
though.
just like, what is going on? Because at home, I'm listening to sermons. Out in the Middle East, you'll see extremist groups that are like, either CIA. You have to have mastermind thinking in order to do some shit like this or come up with some shit like this. But they'll record extreme sermons talking about killing, suicide, virgins, et cetera, and they'll just drop it and place it in stores.
I've never heard of nothing like that. That's wild.
You won't hear anything like that. You feel me?
That's wild.
That's the crazy part.
That's wild.
That's the crazy part. But it's there's guerrilla marketing, bro. Like my homie that put me on actually went gold in Japan, and it blows my mind that he only went gold in Japan and nowhere else in the world. Like nowhere else in the world he got over 10K.
He went gold in Japan doing
Just
what?
in Japan and G-funk music.
God damn.
And 20
he's in his bag.
2017-ish, 2017-ish, but
Hey, he in his bag. Shit, Japan's where it's at.
he told me
There's so much money out here. It don't matter how you get it.
yeah, but he put me on game about guerrilla marketing, like what he has done to push his music out there. AKA, I'm gonna burn all these CDs, put the cover on, and put them at Best Buy.
What do you do as far as promotion? Do you just go about just posting it, and if the let the
Right
people talk and
now-
spread it, or
Well, right now, I wanted like Water Love to be organic.
Word
so
of
I
mouth.
didn't do that much of
I seen that.
promoting.
Yeah, I seen that.
It works though.
Because it's like, why?
Exactly.
It works.
I have like, you know what I'm saying? It's not my actual album. I don't have to put that much money into it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
you put
Either
it out,
people are gonna fuck with it or they're not gonna fuck
and
with
you
it.
put it out and you don't look back.
Exactly.
Because you already
It's
working
out.
on something else.
It's already out. So I didn't really do that much. I mean, I did some, like Instagram marketing, but we're trying to focus on Instagram with that one because that's what everybody's on every day.
Right.
They check that in Twitter a little bit, but Instagram
It's
is where
the checkpoint.
everybody's
It's
on.
the gatekeeper for, I guess you could say, independent artists.
I
Exactly.
like how you spread out the rollout like
Yeah.
10 days. You started you did the countdown. And it was like a clip of it, like a snippet of the videos or a snippet of the songs. It had the Water Love little tag on it.
Everything we did was in house.
You got
All the
me
little
hyped for it.
videos and stuff. Yeah.
So it worked.
In-house. Yeah.
I was just like,
In-house.
She coming. Because all we had was the flower song. So I was like, man, I need more Mother Water music.
Yeah.
So I was really anticipating the album. That might sound crazy to you, but I legit was. And so when you started rolling it out, I'm like, hell yeah, about to get some new Mother Water. And then when I found out I was gonna be on streaming services, like, oh, say less. Now it's even more lit. I can drive around to it and it's easier playing.
Yeah. Everywhere. It's everywhere.
There's sorry to be off topic, but there's I guess you could say African folklore on, I don't know if her name is Mother Water or like Mommy Water. I don't know what her actual identity is. But they said ever since the slave trade, the hurricanes will follow the same path. And it's an actual entity that is avenging the souls that were lost at sea, that were brought out here. So it goes down. So it goes down from like the Ivory Coast. That's where the hurricanes will start forming.
A lot of the major hurricanes form
on
that
the
hit the
coast.
East Coast.
Yeah,
right in
it'll
there.
be either at the coast or right along the lines about the coast. Maybe like, I don't know, 500 miles out. But if you look at the general map, you like, that's African coast. You're not looking at it by miles.
It's the same route that they say the slave trade was
from all the way from the East Coast down to Florida and then the Caribbeans.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder about my people too, because it's like I'm from East India. I'm from India, but the West Side. But then you have East Indies, which is what we're considered. Then you have West Indies. Jim Jones is West Indian. There's what's the Snow Alleg? No, she's from Iran.
No, she's from
Snow Allegra album is fucking amazing.
Fire, amazing.
Fire.
She's from
I
she's
met
Armenian.
her. I
She's
met
from
her
Iran.
like
She's Armenian.
I know, but she's from
maybe-
Iran.
That's Iran?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
3 weeks
Armenia's
ago.
from Armenia,
yeah.
but she's Iranian.
No, she's Armenian. She said that.
But her bio says her parents are Iranian.
Really? I thought she claimed Armenian.
I don't
I
Her
know.
album is
I don't know.
amazing.
It's amazing.
That shit is
Yeah.
amazing. My favorite
Situationships.
song on there is Enjoy. Although it's the shortest one on there. It's just so real.
That album fires.
I don't be paying attention to track listing because I just hit play on the first one and go from there. But the first two, that transition is like, what just happened?
I
Intro
want
and I
you
Want You
around
Around,
and the
yeah.
situationships.
The first two
Her
feel
album
like a full song.
Stupid.
That was a stupid album. No, that shit fire.
Yeah, but yeah, that's just what I had to say about the whole the folklore. You know, I just
But
know
you know
that.
what? Like they say, like my dad been telling me, like the veil is lifted.
Yep.
And I've been believing that for a minute now.
What do you mean by that?
The veil being lifted mean a lot of things are being exposed. A lot of corruption is being exposed.
Yep.
And a lot of brown people are actually winning when it comes to businesses and creating opportunities for other people behind us or leaving a legacy.
Can I tap in with that real quick?
Yeah.
2012, mine said the world's going to end, right? That's what media was saying, right?
And that's the time everybody done
But-
woke up.
Yep.
That's
a fact though.
The actual
dead
explanation.
ass.
The actual explanation was the world's not going to end. The world's going to wake up
It's
and
gonna
then
begin.
end.
It's gonna end. It's gonna end because
We woke up.
Yeah, because it woke up, and
'Cause
then
the general
people they can't.
Hey.
Bro, the internet fucked shit up.
The internet.
Too much information
the
got out. It
Internet
fucked up.
itself is a
And
entity.
all these people in corruption have left the trail behind.
Yeah.
Have left shit behind. Now
Yeah.
everything's
And that's-
coming to light.
That's because the internet itself is an entity. We're all connected through one cloud, no matter what it is. The connection is LTE or 4G. That is the way we are connected.
But I think it's funny.
could
They can really
connect-
shut that shit down though.
They can
right now.
They can, but it got to go worldwide. It got to be countries. Like North Korea got YouTube blocked. They got Google. They got a bunch of shit blocked. But that's dictatorship. They dictate what you can and cannot see, what articles you can and cannot read. With us, we have
Sounds like yeah, he definitely want that. The president.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to look at it. I try to look at it from every angle. You feel me? Whether it's wrong or right. I just try to understand whether,
going on?
yeah, like whether if Donald Trump is wrong for what he's doing, I want to understand why he thinks that way. I guess you could say it's just I'm trying to get hip
I
to their
feel-
site.
It's difficult
don't
understanding
feel-
a Gemini.
I feel like he's actually trying to defend censorship.
I get that. Like, no, I'm not tapping into that. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to understand every aspect of what's going on and for what reason. Like the Amazon being on fire. I understand
But-
why they're trying to do that. You're burning a bunch of trees and shit for their
Farms.
commercial use. Yes.
For farms,
Then you-
because people can't stop eating meat.
Yeah, and then you look at it from our end where it's like, yo,
That's terrible.
this 20% of our oxygen and we're poor. That's why with the whole Elon Musk thing, when people go off to Mars, I feel like the poor is gonna be left behind, and that's where
Bro,
heaven.
ain't no Mars, dog.
Listen.
Ain't no Elon.
Hold on.
Don't get me started, dog.
When
Don't
people,
get me started.
when people go to Mars, let's just say the
Here we
1%,
go. Here we go. Here we go.
the 1% goes to Mars,
Mm-hmm.
right? We gonna be left behind. What are we gonna left behind with? With the Earth that hates us,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, yo, our water's polluted. Everything's gonna be. It's gonna be hard to survive, and I feel like the population is really gonna decrease at a.
They ain't going to
That's
Mars.
fucked.
Can I
bro.
say something
They going
about that?
underground. They're going to a garden.
I don't too much think of space.
Space is
Because-
fake.
But I don't even want to say that because I don't know.
We don't know. You're
I
right.
ain't
You
been
don't.
there.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, you know what
I
I'm
give
saying?
you that. I give you that.
I
yeah.
feel like my purpose here, because I be feeling like a higher being came here to do work here.
Yes, and that's where
Like, you
these
know what I'm
different
saying?
gods
So
come
I
from.
ain't,
They
I
were
ain't
just
thinking
different.
about Mars. That ain't my priority. My priority is
Earth.
Earth. How can I help elevate Earth?
Because you look at yourself as an entity, and
Because it don't matter.
No, bro, but Mars. Never mind.
no, look,
But
check
if
this
it,
out.
if it did exist, then it exists. If it don't exist, it don't exist.
Yeah, that's how I look at
do
flat
I believe
Earth
the
or round Earth.
Do I believe the moon landing? Fuck no, I don't. Cause that shit was staged like a motherfucker.
And we haven't been back since.
I just don't believe in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I'm saying too much by saying that.
Can I elaborate on this though?
Of course.
So the moon landing, I feel like the first time they showed it to us, fake.
Hell
But do I
yeah.
think we've been there? Of course.
Oh, it's a military base. It's a military base.
Hold on.
So we
We've
ain't
been
about to get
there.
into that.
We've been there. It's probably now a military base, but
Like
in order to build
I understand
shit, hold
when I
on.
walk outside. I understand I see a moon, I see stars and shit. But why is it what we think it is? Because it's what we've been taught.
Yes.
So that's why we believe
I get
that it's a fucking moon.
100%.
Bro, we hadn't even been to the fucking dark side of it.
What I'm saying is we have been to the dark side, and that's where you do see these alien civilizations. You're like, why is this
Where
empty?
do you see this?
Bro, they have more than one Apollo mission. They've had up to 21.
Where are the pics? Where are the videos?
Bro, fucking YouTube Apollo 11, Apollo 13,
Okay, how do you
and
know that?
Apollo
Okay,
17.
That could
Hold
have
on.
been staged like the first moon landing.
It could have been staged 100%.
That black hole picture was.
Oh, no.
That was boo-boo.
Fuck the black hole picture. The moon itself.
let's just say it exists. Let's just say it is. But do you think they're gonna show you what is
No.
actually there?
No, they ain't never gonna tell the
100%.
truth.
Now let's
I had
say
a-
it don't exist. Do you think it's possible that they could just be telling you something?
Yes.
That's why it's good to not be polarized.
Yes.
You
I
be
agree
in
with that.
between. You be depolarized.
I fuck with you because you don't pick a side. I fuck with you
Yeah.
because you don't pick a side. I love that about you. I want to give you a hug for that. I don't like picking sides. I don't like picking whether it's
but what
real
about
or
when-
fake. I just like leaving the idea of it being open. Is the earth round or flat?
But there's more evidence that it is flat than it is round.
Hold on.
Hey, he's sticking to his fucking story.
I leave it open. I leave it open because I haven't been out there myself.
I leave it open because I don't give a fuck at the end of the day. At the end of the day,
I
I
do
still gotta
give a
go.
fuck.
I still got for what?
I do give a
For
fuck.
what?
Because if it is flat, then everything we've ever been taught is now at question. From
Okay,
the
so why you?
fucking
But
moment
you
I'm
been,
born
we
to
already
now.
questioned that shit. So why would you be surprised?
No, it
Hey,
goes
this is
down to
good.
society.
This is good. This is exactly what they want y'all to do.
to pick a
This
side.
is what they do with religion.
Yes, and
They
with
do
politics.
this. They make people fight with each other about what's right, what's not right, what's right, what's not right.
But
and in the meantime, they're in there doing their little sneaky little shit.
Yeah.
And getting shit done.
You already see it. I fuck with you for that.
But
You already see it.
that's always from the beginning, bro.
But for me and him, I appreciate you wearing that shirt, by the way.
What you say? Endless Summer?
Endless Summer.
That's you?
No, it's an album I did like the whole rollout for the homie Black Party. Shout out to you.
tight.
It just dropped Friday. But
Black Party, go peep that Endless Summer.
Oh yeah, it got two-tone color. They put some money in that.
the album fire, the
Yeah.
fucking rollout fire, everything
You said
was
who? Black Party?
Black Party, yeah.
Damn,
Arkansas,
that sound familiar.
Yeah, Black Party with
who?
what's her name?
Who?
The girl he's always with. Or the
London?
Fubi- No, Carrie Foe.
Kari
Black
Fo.
Party sound familiar. Like I've
He
heard
with Kari
it.
Fo, yeah. He Bino and them picked him up early.
Okay.
But anyways, if the moon is flat or if the earth is flat, I feel like the society would turn upside down.
But
because
I've been said that, bro.
I get that, bro.
told you that
What I'm
already,
trying
but
to-
I personally do not care if it's flat or round, because
I do, because look, if it is flat, then every single thing that they have taught us from the fucking moment we enter school is fake, and that goes on from the
you know why
years
he
they
cares?
said it's wrong.
Because everything I've been told him, like, damn, bro, you're right. You're right. That's why he. That's why he gonna be
Hey.
mad. That's why he gonna be upset.
Hey, I can agree with the school curriculum being false.
That's what I mean.
Think about it. Think about it.
That's what I mean.
But at the
As a
same
kid,
time-
as
at the
a
same
kid,
time-
what do they push the most? Dinosaurs and fucking space.
That's
already.
true.
They're trying to indoctrinate you. What's that? How you say it?
I don't know.
From the
They're
beginning.
trying to make your mind open to like some shit that may
Indoctrination,
or
bro.
may not be real. What I'm saying is, truly, it wouldn't affect my life like that. My life would not be affected, but my idea and understanding of the public education system would be even more skewed because of the fact that you have taught a lie for not my generation, the generation before, the generation prior, all the way until we, quote unquote, did see the Earth outside of space. Ever since they said it is round. Then you go back to the people that they killed for saying it's fake. All of that shit matters because now it's like, what else were they saying? What else were they saying about, oh, yo, the moon is flat, but I'm also saying my thesis on the sun being this cold or this hot, whatever the case is, whatever their examples are, it's like, yo, why were they killed?
But you know what? That's the beauty of having a human experience. We can decide what to believe or not.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's why I like
that's
leaving the
why
option
we're
open.
here. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have the choice to we have free will.
And I like and you know, being in America has really made me appreciate freedom a little bit more because going in other countries,
Hey, did you put that to record?
yeah.
Oh, where shit? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I just didn't see the shit coming this way, and I'm like, oh, shit, not recorded.
Hey,
Damn.
This nigga sipping on wine. He don't know if it's recording or not.
Yeah, for real.
Now that I didn't see this. Usually you have the thing flapped out, so I'm like, oh shit. Like he don't even know. He don't even know.
about to
He
check
don't even
me.
know. See what I mean? You don't even know.
An hour and 7 minutes.
Yep, we lit.
We good.
Hey, you know
I'm
what
sorry, I'm
though?
sorry, I'm sorry.
I appreciate being in it. I feel like I'm sitting between two pillars.
Yeah, that's how we are.
I
run.
I was
our,
that person.
Y'all are similar, but y'all have the same type of belief, but y'all are different.
If critical thinkers with very common beliefs.
It's a good
And the
balance.
thing with me
It's
is
a good
that,
balance.
and the thing with me is that I don't care if I'm wrong. You can come show me more facts and
Facts.
evidence.
You're more
I'll change.
factual.
Yeah.
You're more
Empathy,
intuition
yeah.
and empathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, no, that's how we balance.
perfect.
That's how we
It's
balance.
perfect.
And this is my brother, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't ever deny what he says. I don't ever say like your feelings or your thought process is invalid. I always engage in his conversation. Whether he says some bullshit like, yo, Tupac was a triplet, whatever the case is, it's like
That was the worst.
it was the worst.
Wait, you said that?
I did not. That's what I'm saying. That's the worst example. Like, what the fuck?
I'm like, hey, I'm like, fuck you on, bro.
No, I'm just saying like
Fuck.
You
it could
spread the false.
it could be the
False
most
rumors?
outlandish
Tupac
shit.
is a triplet.
It could be the most outlandish. That's the
Three
tank.
Pac.
Hey, that's the name of
Tupac.
it's the name of the episode. But the most like anything he brings up to the table, I'm open for discussion because I like asking him why he thinks like that or what's going on. Just
Look,
like we're doing with
look,
you,
look,
we
look.
analyze
up?
each other.
He was more woke than me at a younger age.
Yeah.
around like the last 3-4 years, I've started coming across new information. But recently, like the last year alone,
I wouldn't even say last year. I'd say like the last 8-9 months, you just been on fucking fire.
that. And I'm just fucked up. Like the shit that I be finding out, it's depressing.
Yeah.
It's depressing because, and then sometimes I feel like shit ain't gonna change, bro.
You know what's
And-
wild? I was there at that point when like 2012,
It's
when I
exactly
started finding
same.
out certain things, and I was depressed. And I was depressed for a long ass time.
Same.
But at some point, you have to just know that you aren't this.
Exactly. It's a
This
vessel.
Body. Like,
It's
you know
a
what I'm saying?
vehicle.
I remember one time I got high, right? Smoking weed, whatever. And this is why I don't even smoke that much. I smoke whenever I feel like smoking. I'm not a
You're not recreational with it.
No, I'm casual with smoking. And one time I got so high, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, damn, I'm not even this body. Like, I was looking at my body as if it was a planet. And I felt like, you know what I'm saying? It was deep as hell. And I was like, bro, what the fuck was I smoking?
Can I relate to that real quick after you done?
Yeah.
I had a crazy shroom trip. My last shroom trip I had was
I ain't
bad.
never did shrooms.
It was bad.
Yeah.
But all I did physically was sit there on the couch 8 hours in the studio, eating chili mangoes.
That is deep as hell.
Next door.
Chili mangoes.
Next door was playing metal. They were playing metal, and I'm able to hear the
Deep as
bass.
hell.
Yeah.
So every time I try to nap, and because I already knew I was having like a very overwhelming experience, I'm trying to nap and get this over with.
Yeah.
But every time I close my,
Wine that?
you want to grab the sangria?
I got you.
Yeah.
Every time I closed my eyes, I was on a roller coaster, and every time it dropped down, I would land on a planet, and each planet was an emotion.
Yeah.
And it came to the point where it was like, I'm seeing my happiness, I'm seeing my demons, I'm seeing all these elaborate things without truly knowing what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Because all of this was vibrations from
Thank you, baby. We on a Colorado right now. It's LA.
all
It's LA for real.
all of this was literally from the vibrations of the metal music.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, we are stars. We are planets in our own self, and we are the light.
Yeah.
So when other people, when other entities are flying past us and they see us, they gonna know based off the energy. Just like Goku harnessed the spirit bomb off energy. It took 7 episodes for that. Everything now is energy based. What you take in is energy based. What you put out is energy based. And these vibrations, this shit is like just meeting, coming across people like you gives me hope in the future, because it's like, cool, now there's another web I'm connected to.
Yeah.
You are a spider in your own web that you've created based off the life you've lived. And I am one too. He is one too. And just the connection of that web being grown, it's going to become worldwide, to where it's going to get to a point where the elite is going to look down and be like, yo,
Let's not talk about the elite now.
if we slip and fall, we falling in one of these webs.
But
Like
you
it's
see
shot.
what I feel like what separates me from people is, even if I was in the face of the elite, I wouldn't judge them.
I wouldn't either.
Wow.
Because-
Go deeper into that.
Because I've learned that I don't believe in hell.
Mm-hmm.
I believe
Wait.
in energy.
Okay.
Like, you
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
let you
saying?
finish. I'm gonna let you finish. All right.
So I believe that you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and there's not going to be no repercussion from that, except for vibration. You're gonna leave off this earth and be placed into the same vibration you left off of.
I fuck with you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's no wrong or right. Now, am I hip to what's wrong? I wouldn't go around doing wrong things to people, or I wouldn't be negative, or, I wouldn't do terrible things.
Yeah.
It's some things that is ew. Like, why
Yeah,
would you do that?
it's dark, yeah.
It's dark. But at the same time, like, I can't
Judge.
that, because it's like,
You haven't been in
you're
their
going to
shoes.
experience hell on earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
I
It's
believe
purgatory.
heaven and hell is on earth.
Yeah, we
So
in
if you do
purgatory.
something like that, be aware that your rest of your life, after you decided to do that, may be hell.
Yeah.
Because you decided to do that.
And that's how I feel about energy itself. Like, my main reason on veganism isn't health,
Yeah.
or being not eating meat. isn't health.
Yeah.
It's more so of an energy based
Yeah.
reason. I don't want to put something that had anxiety or trauma or something extreme right before they died into my body, and then it decays. Everything is energy.
You're putting death in your body.
Yeah, everything is energy based. So when it does come to the elite, I've understand the part where it's like God put us here for, or the creator, the universe put us here for a reason. And the side that we're on has already been picked. We're on the good side. And the elite was chosen to be, they could be the same person on our side and we would never know it.
Every time. And it's wild because it's like, okay, yeah, there's that. But I'm this. And I came to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know your purpose.
I know my purpose.
And you can't judge someone
Somebody
for their
negative may have a negative purpose.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't sit here and waste my time
Yeah.
thinking about that because I'm not here to do that.
Like,
I'm here to do this.
Yeah.
So I can't connect myself to that.
like,
I can't judge you. I can't judge you. I can disagree because I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's right. But at the same time, that's not my purpose. I can't relate. You know what I'm saying?
I like that because like okay,
Damn,
for
bro.
instance,
She making me reconsider hating the elite.
I mean, that's not me. That's not me. I can't relate to that. All I know is I'm here to do this.
Yeah.
And if I'm here to do this, I can relate to these people.
But regardless
and I
of
can
what
touch these
people, all the evil people, like these elite have done, quote unquote, you still don't find the
She
hate in you.
disagrees.
Yeah.
It hurt. Some things hurt. But what can I do?
exactly.
I can do what I
And that's-
steps
thank you,
to
though,
make,
because that's where-
to make things positive and to make
That's
people
where I'm.
aware.
That's
of
why
certain
I've been
things.
fucked up.
Yeah, he's been struggling.
I'm
with
like,
that.
what are we
Look,
gonna
bro.
do? We
Look,
can't do
look,
shit.
bro. No, you can't think like you can't do shit. You can't think like that. You have to think like I know this, and I'm going to move forward and do the best I can because we're in
Your
this
participation-
flesh. We're
your-
limited to do certain things.
Yeah, and
you
your-
can't do everything in one lifetime.
And your participation.
you get what
You
I'm
can't do
saying?
everything in one lifetime.
You have to you have to
can't
keep
do
progressing
everything in one
through
lifetime, dog.
generations,
Bars.
bro. Like
Gems.
you put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
And you can't save the world, but what you do in your
You can spark-
participation.
just like Tupac said.
No, but
I
I-
might not change the world, but I'll spark the mind I do.
I was just about to say that.
Like,
at
you know
what
what I'm saying?
at what point are we gonna stop sparking minds? And when is someone
It's
finally
happening.
gonna do it
It's
though?
happening.
yeah.
It's happening. It
That's
takes
what I tell
time.
you.
Nothing happens overnight.
I told you that, bro. I told you you are the candle. You are a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Keep it lit.
telling him that, you said on the last podcast.
And I
yeah.
told him this on the last
You did. You did.
podcast. He is a candle. I am a candle. You are a candle. You may be able to burn this wall down. He may be able to burn that wall down. But if we get together, we could burn this whole house down.
exactly.
So you just got to worry about your flame. You just got to worry about your flame being
Your lane,
consistent.
yeah.
You feel me? Like, you're not going to change the world, but you never know if you participate in an act that takes 1 million people to change the world. Your platform for YouTube could have 3 million subscribers, and you never know if you, like the dude that made the whole Area 51 thing, he didn't know he had that spark.
yeah.
But he created it,
That
and
shit
that
is
candle,
hilarious.
and that candle fire fucking grew into a forest fire.
Hey, them damn memes are fucking hilarious.
But
One of them had the map of Area 51, and it said Team LeBron go this way.
Oh my god.
And it said the Gokus and shit. I was fucking dead, bro. And it said all the regular people just go around and take down this way. That shit is
The
hilarious.
regular people.
that's copy.
That's why I love this shit because it's like, damn, it's a lot of fucked up shit going on.
But in the
It's
midst
a-
of all that, you still find your purpose and your
still
joy
find my
and you
purpose and my
fire and your
joy,
and
bruh.
you want to
And
share it
at
with the
first-
world.
At first, I wasn't doing that. I was sad as fuck every day.
Yeah.
You mind asking me how old you are?
I'm 25.
93? Let's go. After
94, baby.
Okay.
Okay, she a year off.
You're younger than us.
Yeah, you're younger than
25.
us.
94.
So
I'm
that's
a fresh 25. So it's like, it's just,
you're. I like your mind though.
yeah,
I like where you at with it.
I feel
I've
like
been
And
through a
I
lot.
and I've learned. I'm learning a lot this episode. That you like, because I feel like I'm now more so work towards like
facts.
yeah, that and elite shit and satanic
Yeah.
shit. But like this whole like the water mother and the symbol on your hand on vibration. I was not aware of none
You
of that
gotta
shit.
flow. You gotta flow.
Yeah.
If you don't flow, you're gonna drive yourself crazy and
Bruce
you're
Lee
gonna
said it.
waste your human experience.
If you don't
Be
flow,
water.
you're gonna be water.
Bruce
have
Lee
to be
said
like,
it, bro.
for
Bruce Lee said
real.
it. Be water. If water can fit into this cup and be the cup, water could fit into your laptop and fuck it all up.
Oh, he got bars.
That's a bar.
Like,
That was
feel me?
bars.
like,
that was a bar.
like you. What? Like,
She
wise
said, "Oh, he got bars."
a wise man build and destroy, bro. Like water could do it all.
Right.
When Bruce Lee said, "Be water," if water fits in a water bottle, you are now that water bottle. If water fits into a fucking rock, you are now that rock.
Ain't it beautiful?
Bro, ironically, water type Pokemon were my favorite, and Yu-Gi-Oh. I ain't gonna lie. That
Okay.
sounds funny, but
Yeah.
I loved water type anything.
Animals.
Yeah,
But yeah,
amphibian shit.
like I just don't want you ever having that pressure on yourself, because when I first started indulging into the darkness of the world and truly being into that, trust me,
Hold
bro,
on.
I went through the whole
Hold on.
depressed
Especially
stage.
when
Hold
you
on,
find
though.
out about the dark web.
Yeah,
That shit is creepy, bro.
Oh yeah. Sometimes not, but sometimes not even about me being depressed. It's just I get depressed when I see the sheep. When I see people,
and that happened to
it's
me.
like,
after
damn, there's
acid.
really no hope.
How do you
There's no
think-
hope.
how
But
do
you
you-
know what? There's going to be sheep regardless. You can't awaken everybody.
You got to make sure your roar is loud,
Loud
enough,
enough.
to make sure other
as
people
many
are
people as
listening.
you can,
Right.
Because it's gonna be some people that's gonna decide to just
And
go
that's
with the
why I
masses.
that's why I
and
decided-
it's free will.
Yes.
It's the same thing when you pray. You see, like you have to look at it like this. When I realized this, I was like, damn, this shit deep as fuck. But angels or whatever, if you relate to the Bible, I don't know.
No, speak
Recently-
it. Speak it.
recently-
We know how to do. We know how.
Yo,
to,
hold
But-
on. Recently, I've realized
yeah.
that the Bible really is important. Like,
Yeah, but let's say, okay, you into the Bible. Angels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You believe in angels, right? Angels can't interfere with your life unless you ask, because you have free will as a human. It's your right to have free will. That's why they tell you to pray for things that you want, or pray for protection, or pray for these things, because they can't interfere. It's breaking the law for them. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Remember how I told you about the demonic people? They have to show you and tell you what they're about to do before they do it.
Like,
It's a universal code.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
universal code. Like, for real.
that's why they
It
hide
really
the,
is.
that's why they hide the truth in plain sight.
Yeah,
because they have to tell you.
You have to ask first. That's why they say you ask and you receive. Because if you don't ask for it, can't nobody assist you, because it's like
They don't
there's-
know.
They know,
They
but
don't
it's
have
like
permission. They don't have
Exactly.
consent.
They don't have consent to help you. That's why you
Yeah.
have to pray and
Well-
ask for the things that you desire,
And, like-
then you'll have the consent to receive those things.
On our end, we like picking things out.
Yeah.
We like looking at something and be like, you know what? This is a dark ass meaning behind it. And I tell them there's a universal code. There are witches and warlocks and shit like that are real. That all that fantasy shit that they tell you sci-fi
Is
fiction
real.
is real.
That's real.
Because a universal code like the cubes in like Marvel and shit, like the stones, I believe in that. I believe people have died for crystal skulls and fucking elements that are not of this earth. But the only way they could show you that they did it, or they can or will do it, is by showing you. And how they do it? By making it entertaining. Music,
Yeah.
movies. And the universal
truth in
code
plain sight.
is, hey, I'm going to make sure there's pig inside your wine. And it's up to you to decipher that.
Wait, there's pig in wine?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh shit.
I'm just saying, like, it's up to them to tell you before they do something dark like that. But it's up to the viewer
To
to
believe it or
accept
not.
it or not.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they showed you. That's the only fact. They showed you. The viewer is all subjective, because
Right.
everybody sees things the way they do.
Yeah, everyone's perspective.
So
is different.
sheep will be there. Your mission should be, oh, I get sad because there's a lot of sheep. No, fuck that.
But
It
that's
should
why I
be-
decided to talk my
It should
shit
be,
again.
hold on. Let me unzip your mask, and oh, you're a lion that needs to be. I need to represent you. I need to represent people like you that think like
Okay,
you.
so let me ask this then. So when it gets to a point where you're actually just talking your shit, just being the spark or the plug in other people, they're gonna if you once you get to a certain level of influence, you're a threat.
Of course, and then you are on the list.
I mean, it's what it is.
Are you willing to die
I
for
could
what
give a
you stand
fuck.
for?
And that-
because let me tell you about me personally.
Okay.
Death to me doesn't exist. I don't die.
'Cause she
What
believes
can you
herself.
do?
That's
what
a
can
vessel.
you do to
So
me?
you like so you good. So you tapped in so no
You're a vessel.
no she's
This-
tapped in so spiritually where I need to be at. I need to be on this level
Bro.
because you're not afraid of
But-
death. I'm still like I don't want to die.
I mean, I used to be. But at some point, I had to just unlock that. And
You go through an
release it.
ego death. Ego
Yeah.
death is real when you realize that I do not matter. But
It
me,
don't matter. The shit don't matter, bro.
Right.
The shit is gonna keep going. That's why I'm
Right.
trying to tell people.
You
You're
consi-
here to do your purpose for that moment.
Yes.
And when that moment passes,
You
your
die.
spirit will pass. You don't die. Your spirit will move on.
your body
I don't
dies.
know what it's gonna move on to, but it's gonna move on.
Right.
And that's where
Like-
karma kicks in for me. I agree with
Yeah.
everything you said, but karma kicks in there for me.
And it's definitely karma based.
And that's
Yeah.
where I tell him, like, when it comes to me not eating meat, it's not for health reasons. It's for my karma.
You might be preparing for something totally different than what I'm preparing for.
And we
because
maybe-
I've been trying to do the vegan stuff. I have.
Yeah.
I've been trying to do it, and eventually I'll get there.
Yeah, no,
Like,
and
you know,
It's a process.
yeah,
It
it's
is
a
a
process.
process.
For me, it
And
was easy because
being
I
an
grew up
artist
vegetarian.
and always on the go is more difficult. Like, you know what I'm saying?
But it's getting easier with all these big, even though it's
It'll
still
get
fast
easier when I'm more on a schedule.
Yeah,
When it comes to, okay, I'm gonna do this and that, because
Yeah.
sometimes I go through my purging phases where I don't have to eat. I'll forget about eating, and it becomes like a fasting.
I'm
thing.
the same way. It's the millennial way of saying, hey, I didn't eat today. It's intermittent fasting.
And it's okay. I've accepted that I didn't eat today. Maybe I wasn't supposed to.
I'm skinny for that reason because I'll go days, not days,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
I'm the type to not
a
eat
fat ass.
until
Some people overindulge.
yeah.
me.
And I'm the type to not eat
Nigga,
until
you still like normal size.
No, yeah, but
he's a fat ass.
Yeah.
He's a fat ass.
I
Look,
can't go out to eat somewhere and just get one thing. I have to
Look,
get like three
That's your
things.
metabolism.
Listen to me.
That's your business.
Listen to me. He'll get an appetizer.
A dessert, fries.
He'll get an appetizer, a main meal, maybe a drink, and then he'll get a dessert. And while we're on the way home, he'll mention another dessert.
That's
Like
deep.
ice cream.
He'll be like, "La Michuana."
Yeah, but that
Ice cream is nice.
No, yeah, but that also comes with the.
I'm lactose though. I'm not supposed to be.
Yeah,
eating
I
that.
don't indulge no
we're all lactose.
I don't indulge no more.
We're not supposed to be
Facts.
drinking
You're not
all.
supposed to be eating that shit anyway.
We're not supposed
Actually,
to be
bro,
drinking.
dairy's actually worse than eating meat.
I know.
On God
You
it is.
Sipping
Hell
on,
yeah.
On God it
you
is,
sipping
bro.
on titty
the
milk.
pus and shit. And all
It's
that
puss. It's
But
basically puss.
but for the karmic reasons why I don't eat meat is because I feel like I shouldn't live my life at anyone else's expense, any other soul's expense. So like now my products as far as my lifestyle, my hygiene, or I'm trying to keep it raw
You say
vegan.
you're from India, right?
I'm from India.
I've heard of a lot of Indians.
Vegetarian friendly, yeah.
They're vegetarian friendly.
Very.
That's because a lot of the culture
The cow.
actually the cow. They worship the cow.
They don't worship the cow as far as like it's a god,
Yeah.
but they worship the cow for the amount of positive that it gives them. Like holy cow.
That's like Hathor.
What's Kathor?
Hathor, the Egyptian goddess. The horns and everything.
Ah,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
okay,
So
okay.
it's similar to that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a religion.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, all the religions they believe in the same shit.
This
Yes.
is how I look at
Like-
it.
But,
Every
hey-
religion, like every area of religion,
Yeah.
was ruled by that deity
Hold on.
that came from a different planet. So
Yeah,
India,
you seen that meme that said, "How does everyone believe in different gods but the same Satan?"
I don't believe in Satan. I think Satan
But-
was self-destruction.
But how do you not believe in Satan? You said that earlier. You don't believe in hell. How do you not believe in hell if you believe in a god?
I don't believe in hell.
You don't
Because
believe in
I don't
God either?
believe that a God would send me to eternal damnation for a human experience. Period. It's too short. Why would I go to hell over a short amount of time?
over 90 years,
over what I
God's
did,
be
and I might not
living
even
eons.
I might not even live in 90 years. I might just
You
live
feel
50.
me? Yeah, you feel me? So it's
Because
like
I might have killed myself by eating this or that or
it's
whatever,
unfair.
whatever's
It's
meant.
unfair treatment to your life. Your life has been
For eternal?
and your life.
I don't believe that.
your human vessel has been.
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. No.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry. Like, boom, like, yeah, make
I
me
just
think
don't.
about it. Cause
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now. Like,
Yo-
you made a point.
Your
Real
human
shit.
vessel has been intruded by fast food and things that do kill you, like the cancer in your AC, the chemtrails, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I feel like all these different gods were actually different species from different planets. And that's why all these advanced civilizations was popping back then. Because they had an advanced person on Earth.
Right.
And I feel like humans were created as slaves. We were created.
So you must believe in the Anunnaki.
Oh, for
Okay.
sure.
I believe in
I
Anunnaki.
see, because when he said slaves, I was like, okay, Anunnaki.
I believe in
Man.
Anunnaki. I believe in the ancient Sumerians, Atlantis. I believe in mermaids.
You
I
don't
believe in it too.
you don't believe in evolution then?
I believe I'm right, huh?
You believe you're a mermaid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely.
There's no way that
I definitely
ocean
feel
that
like
deep.
I have some type of connection.
No, she
with,
says she believes she's a mermaid.
Well, not physically.
No,
but I feel like
I feel you.
spiritually, I'm connected to an ocean community. Definitely.
An amphibian.
Because I'm too connected to the water.
You love the water.
I'm a manifestation
hold on.
of
I'm not trying to
water.
stereotype. Black people don't usually like water.
That's not true.
Really?
They say that because of the fucking slave trades.
I mean, every time there's a pool party or something, they ain't really trying to get in the pool. They
That's
ain't
not
really
true. That's not true.
I've kind of witnessed.
Some people may know how to swim,
Right?
But that don't originally come from us. That's just something that was learned.
Because low income.
Oh, I don't know how to swim.
I don't
you
know
what
how
I'm
to
saying?
swim, and my reason is not because I'm black. My reason is the same reason for other blacks that grew up just like I did. We didn't have access to public pools. We didn't have access.
That's true.
So it's behavior that's learned.
It's learned.
If I don't have
you're
the
right.
access to these things, of course I don't know how to swim. I've been in a pool, but I never had swimming lessons.
When I first came
or
to
some shit
California,
like that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When I first came to
Yeah, see,
California, my cousin owned a
But
clubhouse,
yeah.
and the clubhouse they had a pool.
Yeah.
My instinct was, wow, I seen this shit on TV.
Mm-hmm.
Never in my life have I swam in it in Queens.
You're right though, because
But
the
I
only
was
reason I know
like-
how to swim because I have a pool.
Cause I ran and I jumped in that bitch
Mm-hmm.
thinking I knew how to swim because I saw it on TV and
Yeah.
only on TV.
You know what my dad told me the other day? He was like, when you were younger, we put these little floaties on you and shit in your little vest. Well, I'll throw you in the water and you get mad when I take you out. He was like, you had heart. I was connected to the water then.
Damn.
And I didn't notice.
Is it
I
'cause
didn't
you feel
know
free?
that. Huh?
Is it because you feel
I
free?
don't know what I was thinking when I was young. 'Cause
What
you know
about
when
now?
kids
What about now?
Now I can swim
But do you feel free?
near the water. Yes.
Okay,
I
that
feel
was the
like
question.
it's something like it's just
Gravity
deeper.
don't exist.
Yeah, but at the same time, like when my mom made sure we had swimming lessons.
My mom did too.
So
we just
a lot of
moved.
it is parental.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm
It goes
saying?
down to parents.
It goes down.
It goes down to parents and where you grew up.
Yeah.
So in Queens, we didn't have swimming pools.
Yeah.
So when I moved out here and I only saw commercials of like people swimming and shit, I thought it was natural. Like, oh, I'm supposed
just
to
do
know
it,
this.
yeah.
So I ran. I jumped in the pool. Next thing you know, I wake up throwing up chlorine.
Yeah.
Then I pass out again. I wake up in a hospital with all this shit attached to me, and I'm just
drown?
yeah.
Damn.
I'm just
you actually drowned away?
yeah, and I'm just sitting here questioning and like I remember waking up and I'm like, Mom, I gotta use the bathroom. Can you get all these needles out of me?
Yeah.
First thing I said, and my mom's sitting there crying like, "Oh my God, I thought you were dead." Blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And since then I've had a fear of water. Like bro, how long have I
Don't be
lived with
scared of
you?
me.
How long have I lived with you and I haven't stepped foot in the pool?
Bro, how long have I lived here? Have I not stepped in the pool?
But you know how to swim.
You know what's impressive?
do.
I'm actually fearful of being in something so open. Like I'm
Yeah.
fascinated by water.
Yeah.
If you look at all my recent shoots, it's been seaside. Peep that. Because
So,
I look at
yeah.
water and I'm just like, how are you so huge? You are one of the biggest
The ocean's a
fucking
trip, bro.
things.
The ocean's a trip.
It's beautiful.
It's a trip.
It's
Thinking
one of the-
that all the unknown we don't know in there.
It's one of the biggest things I've seen, but just seeing it the way I see it from my perspective, my eye, I just look at it like you're fucking big, but you're so calm. But I know once I enter that calmness, I'm gonna feel every single fucking feelings that you have.
It's like life.
Exactly.
You don't know what to expect.
Until
Like, you know
s-
what I'm saying? Until you're in it.
Until
Yeah.
I don't expect.
Wow.
And I don't know what to expect
That's a
out
bar.
of your life until I step into your shoes. So it's like water, to me, water is very subjective because someone could be in a low tide and be like, this is crazy. Someone could be in a high tide and be like, oh, I surf in this shit. I just look like water to me is one of the main examples
Yeah.
of being human because
Right.
it's free will. It flows.
And also, you're born into water with the stomach.
The water
Yep.
breaks.
When the water breaks, really, you're in water
Yes.
for the 9 months.
Yeah.
If you make it to 9 months, some, preemies and things like that, but you're in water the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have underwater births.
Mm.
They have birth in the water.
And it's natural.
Yo, this whole episode really just made me. You just certified my whole.
Damn, why
The
every time
wa-
I'm on a podcast, it get deep?
The water is the root of all good. Water is the root of all good, bro.
It is.
You just solidified that this
water,
episode.
water and sunlight.
Water and sunlight.
Water and sunlight are the two main. Because look, people, like, the darker you are, the more melanin you have in your skin, the closer you are to God.
Yes.
Because your melanin is conductive. And when you are in the sun, you are getting the nutrients. You're getting vitamin D and all the other vitamins that it gives out. It's just not giving out one vitamin. You're getting nutrients from this bitch.
That shit feel bomb too.
A lot of Indian monks don't eat because they get their nutrients from the sun. They'll sit out there and bake.
You know what else they get nutrients from? I heard that they meditate so much that the third eye gives a when they meditate, it's like the back of the throat. Mm-hmm. It's like a drop of something. I've heard of
DMT.
I don't know if it's DMT, but it's definitely nutrients that's being
harnessed or some shit.
Harnessed from the third eye.
Wow.
A lot of people, like some people that meditate for hours and hours and hours and won't eat. I've heard of this shit. This shit is wild. They'll meditate and then their pineal gland will give them nutrients in the back of their throat. It's some like.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you a firm believer of your pineal? Like, do you? I know you don't smoke much, so that's telling me you have dreams.
Yeah.
I smoke every single night, so I don't have dreams. Are you? Have you done hallucinogens?
No, I don't feel like I have to because I've experienced hallucinogen type of activity, bro.
Break that shit down to him. Because he'd be like, I got an ego death again. I gotta go take
but you know
I'm
what?
like, but why do you rely on something to go through that experience when you can get that shit naturally?
Let me tell you why. Some people can't do it naturally. Some people may need an assistance of a mushroom or something like that.
I need extreme.
That's you.
Yeah, I need
like you know what I'm
extreme.
saying. With me personally, I told you when I just smoked weed and I felt like I was a planet.
And that's
imagine me doing a fucking mushroom, bro. Like I don't need to do that because I'm already connected.
You see me on acid. I feel like I was totally almost normal.
Yeah.
Hard to detect that I was on acid.
I've never tried anything except for weed and
you confirmed by saying you feel like you don't need that because you are open to a lot of the things I've touched base on.
I don't know why, but I am.
You don't need to know why.
Exactly.
But the fact is you don't need it. And that opens my eyes to a lot because I always tell him, like, I've gone through life-changing experiences through this stuff. Yeah. But my life wasn't simple. My life wasn't normal. My life wasn't your everyday thing. So for me, it's like I need the extreme. My first thing of hallucinogens was acid. And I was like, let's fucking do it. And for me to be able...
I heard acid makes you really creative.
I chicken out of everything.
But
everything. But I have the option to do everything. DMT, acid, everything with him, I chicken out.
But he's seen me on acid, and I always look at the videos, and I'm just like watching myself talk about the colors and the clouds and things like that.
Yeah.
And I just sound articulate. I sound more... I feel like a little bit more open, and you may be able to tell I'm on something, but overall, I feel like I handled it real well. But that's just the type of person I am. You give me weed, like me and him went on a whole binge of just smoking blunts every day, and it just got to the point where it was like,
I got tonsillitis, bitch.
Is that why it's called overly blunt?
Yeah. to that.
Nah, it's called overly blunt because what are we doing? We keeping it blunt. Yeah,
you're being honest.
And I don't like your opinions, your perspective, the way your beliefs. Yeah. Share that shit. I don't care if I don't believe in it. If he don't believe in it, if the audience don't believe in it, like talk your shit.
It's valid
and be
on
blunt.
Here. It's valid on here. Like I like hearing your perspectives because you're
on God. This is the best episode.
Yeah, I'm already
on God.
I'm more of a fan.
I bullshit you not.
Swear.
And I'm not saying like all my other episodes are trash, but this is fire.
Yeah, this
because of you. Because you are not. I thought you were gonna come here and just talk about music.
No,
we're talking. No, you everywhere. But just like us.
I'm not just.
She's not
music.
one dimensional.
Like you know what I'm saying. If I was just music, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like it. I have to be free. If I'm not free, I feel depressed.
And I appreciate that just because, like me, when I do see artists, he knows I'm very judgmental. And not judgmental where it's like I'm throwing negative shade out there, but I'm just like, yo, all we did was talk about music or all we did was talk about this or that. But like with this episode, it shows me you're tuned in with a lot of things. And the most importantly, you tuned in with yourself. And you did that without any assistance. And that makes me appreciate you as a person and your existence more. I'm a fan of the music. Yeah. But you as who you are.
You won me over.
You're
real shit.
Like the 9 months you were in the stomach, like all of that matters to me now because it's like you are valid.
Sweet. That's the sweetest thing.
No, real shit.
You are a valid, like you are a person that exists in our wavelengths. We may not be on the same, but we intertwine.
Yeah.
And that intertwinedness means a lot to me because, as he was saying, after acid, I've had a disassociation with people where I disconnect and I feel depressed because of that. I'll stare at people in the eye and just get sad because it's like, bro, you don't know half the shit I'm talking about and you don't know none of the shit you talking about. But for you to get on here, it's like, yo, thank you for just being you. And I appreciate that. Like, I'm genuinely a fan of you.
I appreciate that. But you know what can help with how you feel? Is just not having expectations for people.
And
Sometimes we be possessive of people.
Yes.
And I had to learn that from my last breakup. I can't possess you because you don't belong to me. You belong to you.
You belong to the world.
You belong to you. You belong to the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we can't possess people and make people feel like they suffocate. That can suffocate somebody. Like,
No,
you know what
facts.
I'm saying? So you have to be okay with, I'm here when you are here. And we're here together in this moment. Let's enjoy the moment. Like, I just stopped having expectations for shit. I started living in the moment of everything.
Same.
If I love you, I'm going to love you in the moment that I love you. If you're not in my space, I'm going to love you. But you're going to do you regardless.
At a distance, though. I'm going to love you at a distance.
You're going to do you regardless.
Yeah.
People are going to do what they want to do.
You're not going against the grain at the end of the day. And I'm going through the same shit.
It's going to stress you the fuck out.
Yeah. Because for me, it was like...
Straight up. It's going to stress you out.
Dead ass, bro. Dead ass.
For me, it was like, yo...
You're not here for that.
This girl is the one, blah, blah, blah. And then you break up and it's like, what do I do now?
Oh, now I'm being forced to be away from you. Now I feel fucking crazy. And I'm hitting you up and shit. And I'm like, damn, you supposed to be together.
WATA, lab.
And it's like, damn, we're not, like, that's not what she want.
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to move
That's a real
forward.
Shit. Yeah.
If you don't, you're going to look fucking crazy and stupid as shit. And you're going to be lost within what was and not what of now. Like, and it hurt to move forward.
You're stuck looking at the rear view mirror while you're driving.
Yeah.
Because you're going to crash.
But what's the best lessons? Shit that we go through. We learn who we are from the shit that we go through.
You can tell somebody something every fucking day, but until they go through it,
it's almost like
they're gonna be like, yeah, you're right, bro.
It's almost like life chisels you to
Don't say chisel, bro.
Chisels. Yeah.
Don't say chisel.
Yeah.
Shout out to motherfucking chisel, but don't say chisel.
Okay, it carves you out of your experiences.
Yeah.
Like, it may be a knife to your shoulder and like, and you're like, but it's like, life's like, this is how you supposed to be shaped.
Yeah.
We about to shape you out right now. You about to get a little edge up and it might hurt, but you about to be fresh after this.
That shit gonna hurt.
Yeah.
That shit gonna sting.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like, damn.
They come up crazy.
After it, you learn so much, and you're such a different type of person, and you're so more live and vibrant. You can be yourself.
If you're going through a breakup out there, just know
it's
that
okay.
Yeah,
Just listen to Water Love. Just listen to Water Love if you're going through a breakup.
And that shit hurt, but it's gonna be okay because at the same time, you have to go through the growth.
There's one person you look at more than anybody else, and that's the person you gotta care for the most. And that person is you. Because I know you be out there looking in the mirror. You be on Snapchat looking at yourself. You be on IG looking at yourself. You be on everything looking at yourself. And that's more than you were doing with your girl or your boyfriend. But let's just say things do get better. The wave does get easier
and it
to
sounds
ride.
so cliche when say, I used to hate when niggas would tell me, you'll get better, man. I don't
You know
want to
what?
hear that shit,
You know
bro.
what? Let me
Because you don't want to hear it at the time.
Because you don't want to hear
You don't want to hear that shit at the time.
Let me rewind. It doesn't get better, but you get better. And
Facts.
You get better.
There you go.
Exactly.
You get better at doing what you going through.
It doesn't get better, but you get better. That's a
Yes.
fucking fact.
That's factual.
Because it's like, for
Accept
me,
the growth.
yeah, you got to, like, I always tell myself, embrace the lows and execute on your highs. So right now, I'm on my high point. I'm just like, hey.
And self-reflect.
Fucking give me work.
Self-reflect.
Didn't
them-
Michelle Obama say something like, when they go low, we go high?
I don't know.
I swear she said something like that. I
Who?
swear. Michelle Obama.
Oh.
She said, when they go low, we go high.
Oh.
For real, she said that.
Oh.
That's facts. That's facts.
We spoke about tattoos earlier. I see on this side.
Yeah.
You got a mermaid skeleton. That
Yeah.
shit fire.
Yeah.
Let me see.
That shit fire.
Oh!
You
I was unexpected. I'm looking at her arm and she go.
You really
shit fire.
feel like you were a mermaid in the past life, huh?
Yeah, so with this, I found this image online. And I just felt like
That's
it was
fire.
representation because it's like, sometimes you feel dead. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Sometimes you feel like
Yeah.
it's like, damn. But it represents like ancestral to me. More than just death.
Okay, that's you know what? Wow.
Ancestral.
Ancestral, but you're not even human. Your ancestors were amphibian. Like that's
Or like for real, if you really think about this shit, at some point we have to.
I believe mermaids
we
are
have to
real.
go through
Bro.
evolution. Like,
I
you know what I'm
believe
saying?
mermaids are real.
Hell yeah.
We have real life vampires now. Me and you talk about damn near every day.
Oh yeah.
But
Off top.
But
heard about
we have these type of things to where it's like I never denied mermaids because I always looked at evolution like if you a tribe that is shoreside and you out here hunting fish, right, and then you have kids and the fish get a little bit further because they getting smarter, they going through evolution too. Your kids gonna start getting further, and their kids are gonna start getting further. Eventually, you're gonna be just swimming looking for fish because over hundreds of years they stopped coming to the shore. They understood like, yo, we getting killed out there.
Yeah.
Over time, you start developing such features like
You know what actually convinced me that human or mermaids or whatever was real? Dolphins. How they interact with humans.
they rape, they do
They're
rape.
one of the few mammals that can speak to each other.
Dolphins interact with humans as if they're familiar.
I think they're the third smartest animal on the planet.
Fucking intelligent because they are vibrational.
Yeah, sonar.
I've heard the homie Darren told me because he swam with dolphins.
Ties
And he was
all back
telling me,
in.
he was
Wow.
like, dolphins are they can communicate with you mentally, meaning they're psychic. They have psychic
Sonar.
abilities.
Yep.
It's the frequencies.
They know what you're gonna do before you do it.
You see why their forehead is so big? It's the frontal lobe. That's
It's
a
vibration.
That's a whole ass signal, like a.
So is that their pineal gland?
No, that's you
It's
could
just
say.
that's how they talk and interact.
I guess you could
Okay.
say that's like their beacon or their like a beacon to where you could think and their frontal lobe is so big they could understand whether
yup.
you know they can or they can't. They just pick up on these vibrations your mind is putting out.
And they're so when it comes to humans, they're so sympathetic.
Yeah.
As if they know who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're familiar with who you are.
I just heard horror stories about like girls with dolphins where like a dolphin would just like
Bro.
just start trying to cake on the
I'm
side.
not a
Oh my
female. I'm not a
God.
female, but I was in the ocean, and someone said dolphins. I booked it, bro. I swam my ass back out the
Why?
water.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They be
Well,
humping
I just
people?
yeah,
They're
just
like,
heard-
oh, they're nice. I don't know that. I'm not taking the risk. I'm out.
I think dolphins are innocent. Don't matter what the fuck they
Hey,
do.
dolphins are gay sharks.
Ooh, that's fire.
I'm not gonna go there with this nigga.
I wouldn't say they're gay, but they might be like zesty sharks.
You're not gonna play dolphins like they just gay sharks, bro. Hey, you got dolphins fucked up.
And I needed some hot take on this episode. That's gonna be my hot take for the.
You got dolphins fucked up.
They about to get you next
Hey,
time
you better
because they
stay out
heard
the
you.
water. You better stay out the water. They gonna fuck you
Yeah.
up.
All the jellyfish.
All of
Jellyfish
them,
gonna
all
fuck
of
me
them
up.
heard you by now. They're
Yeah, they
like,
heard that shit.
they like, "Do-do-do-do-do." Hey squad, Chris X Matt just
This
said
nigga
this
said
about us.
dolphins are gay sharks.
You gonna see the neighborhood shark pull up like, hey, streets is saying we gay sharks.
And hey, yo, and I love,
bang
I
on you.
love,
Hey, blood.
I love sharks. I love sharks. Sharks are so. I'm so intrigued by
I
sharks.
love sharks too.
When Shark Week be on, oh man, I'd be locked in.
I love
Y'all
sharks.
I love sharks.
I love
bro.
sharks.
Crap.
No, shark. I want to go cage
do.
diving, but I seen that video where the shark went inside the cage. I'm kind of iffy now, but
What the
I
fuck?
want to go
But
cage
you know
diving.
what though?
Hold up.
You know what though? I feel like if you keep your composure and you know that you belong, the
Let's
shark
go.
is not gonna fuck
Let's
you.
do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go
go.
cage diving.
We gotta go to Hawaii.
and we're gonna do an interview on the boat.
This
mama.
motherfucker said
Oh
he'd
no,
be
I'm
in a
almost.
cage.
Yo.
I'm serious too.
This motherfucker said he'd be in a cage with a shark before he do DMT.
Yo,
the
I'm about,
DMT
I'm about to
high
be
is
in.
5
I'm about to be
minutes.
in the cage doing the interview with her while we're swimming in that bitch. And
On
I'll put the
DMT?
audio. Nah, on DMT.
Hell no, he
Nah,
gonna-
nah. You got me fucked up. You got me fucked up.
He gonna be in there like.
Yo, I don't know. I be kind of iffy on the DMT. I want to try it because I know it'll change my life. I know it
Yeah.
will.
It's
But,
5 minutes. It's 5 minutes.
Niggas don't want me to get in the water with sharks. And sharks they're gonna be on my side.
They gonna
after
feel the
this.
frequency.
And then it's gonna fuck everybody up.
Hey, we got Aquaman in here. She out here harnessing the motherfucking power of amphibians.
All I'm gonna do is blow some bubbles and they gonna be like, got you. For real. I'm gonna fuck him up if you want me to.
All the captions gonna be in bubbles. It's gonna be like,
Look. I made all these fucking notes, and I haven't asked you shit. That's how fire this episode was.
Oh, mamas.
Mamas.
I feel like we could keep going too.
Let's go.
No.
I'm here.
I want. What's your inspiration on designing clothes?
Designing clothes. What's my
Where does that inspo come from? Do you like look up to like certain brands or certain designers?
Certain demographic as far as streetwear goes, because you got the Japanese streetwear, then you got hype beast.
What's weird is I've watched videos on both. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there needs to be some type of new wave. So what I'm doing with House of Water, I'm putting the water into the product. Mm-hmm. So I have pearls. I've been fucking with pearls a lot lately. To put water aspects into the clothes.
Y'all rappers better take notes. Or you're not even rappers, just y'all gotta take fucking notes, man. She knows what she's talking about, and she knows her image. She knows what to present.
I mean, I got to as a brand. I have to
as a
myself.
fucking brand. Y'all don't got a fucking brand. Y'all promoting some weak ass shit.
Why you dissing?
I'm dissing because it gets me hot. I get hot. I get hot when the homies say, "Hey, yo, my homie rap. Alright, cool. Play me the shit." And I'm just there like, I ain't trying to be a dick and say this shit ass, but this shit ain't fire either. You feel me? But when I can back it up, I'm gonna talk my shit.
Yeah.
I can back up Mother Water.
Yeah.
She here, she talking her shit.
Yeah.
Everything.
The music fire, the person fire.
Hey,
what can you do?
Hey, I'm just out here
when do you project the next album coming out?
Facts.
Or not the next album, but the next project. When can we hear?
What do you want it to do?
So
let's not ask her that yet. Let's ask her that.
I'll be putting singles out before an album. Mm-hmm. We created so much music that we have singles and an album. So it's like it's just we chose the singles already and we have the album chosen already. So it's just we're gonna do singles first, and how the singles go, we'll do a project.
How do you feel? I mean, do you see yourself putting out? Wait, before I even ask that, do you consider yourself an audiophile? I mean, you did mention you have Tidal.
An audiophile?
Audiophile, someone that listens to music.
That's just respectful,
for the quality of the sound, where you listen to the art of the engineer.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason why I have Tidal is because, in a sense, it's black owned.
Yep.
I fuck with
that's
that.
Off top.
That's a good reason. So you could get Tidal for multiple reasons.
But I guess the number one reason.
For me, my reason was audio quality. I'm getting master sound.
I didn't realize audio quality till I put Water Love out on Tidal. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize that until after the fact. But I dealt with it because I felt like this is Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. This is black owned. He bought in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Why not support this?
That's why I'm surprised that you went on early. Because
I do
Jay-Z.
support Apple Music as well. But the streaming service that I use is Tidal. That's just what it is.
For me, it was just harder at first to ride with Tidal because it was limited on the music I like.
Yeah. Okay.
They had a lot more pop and rock and like stuff easier to grab.
So what artists do you like that's not on Tidal?
Now it's different.
Isn't everybody
everything
on
there, right?
Everything on Tidal, right? Yeah.
Now it's different.
DistroKid, they put it out on Tidal, Apple Music, everything.
DistroKid.
If you're using DistroKid.
Oh, the parent company.
I use DistroKid when I put out Water.
Yeah, there's like music.
No, the shit that puts it on the platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It put it everywhere. Yeah. Amazon, everything.
I need my podcast on everything.
And the second the second question would be, where do you see, or since you said the album's pretty much done, I'm guessing it should be done by now, or by the time this episode comes out, it should be done.
Yeah.
Where do you see the vision as far as what do you want people to get from that without you even mentioning a song or, without mentioning the album too much? What do you want people to know?
So, I'll just say it's light and rage.
Light and rage.
Yeah. It'll be 2 parts.
Oh.
I like that already.
So the light part will be the light part.
Manny.
And the rage part will be the rage part.
You're going to have to do something. Manny, you're going to have to shoot a video, take pictures. Nah, dead ass.
Yeah. Wait, bro, that's where I was slowly leading into this, because it's going to be off wax.
You got to peep his IG. I'm not capping. The homie fire. Fire as fuck. As fuck. Like, you're going to see the shit and be like, oh yeah, book it right now.
Easy.
But yeah, off top. I put money on it.
Thank
so, I mean, the reason light rage is a reflection of mental health, of being both light and rage. It's not being, you know what I'm saying? It's
you
touching
get
both
angry.
bases. Because sometimes we get fucking mad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit ain't right.
Like, why is life
Why
doing
is
this?
things this way?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also the light.
Where it's like, I gotta break the cycle.
So it's definitely gonna touch on both.
Okay.
Light and rage. It's gonna be singing and rapping.
Facts. I like it.
Period.
Like it already.
Aside from music, what
Can
do
you hold on? Can you give us a title or not?
Nah.
Okay, cool, that's cool. I'm just taking my shot.
I respect it. There's just some things you don't ask artists before.
I'm gonna ask because the worst you can say is nah.
Yeah,
Right?
and I respect
And then
that.
when you see what it is, you're gonna be like, damn, that's amazing.
Let's have her over again. Because that's where it's gonna get to. I'm gonna let Chris hit her up. We gonna have to get something brewing because I got more questions.
Facts.
Because I'm already a fan. I'm a fan of you first before the music because I have to be a
that.
fan of you 1st before the music.
Yeah.
Second question would be, where do you see yourself doing as far like outside of music? And outside of clothes, like something that we already know you do? Like, do you have like something up your sleeve? Acting, voiceovers, some secret talent you may possess that you don't tell people.
What's wild is, I was thinking about this on my way here, and I was like, damn, I'm extremely talented. Not to be
Talk your shit.
Yeah,
Talk your
in the most humble way. I say this.
Toot your horn.
But at the same time, it's like I have to realize that I'm definitely gonna be one of the influencers in the world, and I have to. No, for real. No, for real. No, for real. Because of the things that I'm always learning, things that I know, and the talent that I have to be aware of that. Now, what I do with that,
different.
You know what I'm saying? I have to be aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware of who I am and things that I can do.
It's like you know how to make your own weapon, but you gotta learn when to shoot your weapon and how to use your weapon.
And I'm just learning to just be surrounded by love.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of the times we need to collaborate with people that are also coming up. That's how you get on.
Double the frequency.
For real.
Double the frequency. You were putting power to that.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I've been on homegrown shows and stuff like that in the past with my cousin. He produced Flower. Cousin Boomer. Boomer did it. Amazing producer. He produced Flower. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Boomer.
And
Shout
I was
out to you, bro. Amazing track. Amazing record.
I was in a group with them. And we decided that I move forward with, my artistry. And it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's just learning these different things and being appreciative of the certain moments because that shaped me to do this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Do you believe in palm readers?
I do.
Have you got your palm read before?
I've never had my palm read, but I've had my tarot read.
Me too.
Did you do that prior to making your album or your
I
project?
did that a year before I did that. Decided to do that. And
Now,
the reason why I did that was because she confirmed what I already knew.
Okay.
Can you have someone read my cards on my podcast? No, deadass.
Sure.
No, for real.
I'm serious.
Word. I'll talk to you after this shit.
Yep.
But for sure.
When it comes to, we all know you're spiritual. I mean, I'm sure the viewers know by now, by the time they're watching this, that you're spiritual.
Or listening. Shout out to listeners that don't watch the video.
Hey.
When it comes down to your spirit, how does your spirit, I don't even know how to process it because I don't write music, but the voice inside your head, I'm sure it talks to you and it tells you what's really going on without you truly forcing it out. Do you kind of bounce that off your lyrics, or is your lyrics from the vessel, or is your lyrics from the soul? And is your soul communicating to the vessel,
let me
telling
tell
you?
I'm a Gemini. So there's two sides.
Okay.
There's one side that's this way, there's the other side that's that way.
There's a spiritual side
There's
and a worldly
spiritual side and there's a worldly side.
Okay.
Exactly. It's exactly like that. So it's just deciding on who wants to speak.
Who got the power?
Not who got the power, they both have the power. But who wants to speak this time? And then the next song might be this time. Next song might be this time.
It's either or.
Exactly.
But it's never one.
It's never one.
It's either or.
I'm not a one artist.
Okay.
I'm just not like that.
You're not a one-trick pony.
Everything that you know and all the knowledge that you have,
Yeah.
do you care to put it in your music? Or do you care to showcase that side of you in your music?
I definitely showcase it through certain lyrics. I may not be as vulgar, but I know if I say this, I might spark this. I want you to do your own research.
I like that, yeah.
I don't want to tell you what's
You drop the
believe.
crumbs.
You want to make
Exactly.
You give them a sample.
You plant the seed in them.
I don't want to tell you what to believe. I'm not here to do that.
Yeah.
I'm here to just tell you what I know, and then you decide whether you want to believe it or not.
Thank you. Exactly what I said.
Yeah,
I talk what I know, and if you want to run with it and go do your own research, cool. If you don't,
that's
I'm
like
fine. You don't have to
that's
believe me.
like the baseline for this podcast is like, hey, we may bring something up to the table.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's a cup right here.
Yeah.
It's up to you to decide what's in the cup, what
Exactly.
color is the cup,
Exactly.
how many times the cup's been drank,
Yeah.
washed, etc. You do that shit. We
Exactly.
just tell you the cup is here.
Facts.
I appreciate that. It's for me. It's real. I have a hard time connecting with a lot of artists because I've dealt with ego.
Yeah.
And me going through an ego death phase a few times through hallucinogens, like the DMT trip was like you honestly feel like you take your last breath. Like, hey, I may not wake up.
Right.
You exhale like thinking that like.
That's deep. I've never been
But-
on hallucinogens.
When you talk to certain people, knowing that they haven't connected, it's a different kind of say
You got to dumb down how you are.
I have to dumb down the
Yeah.
way I am around a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
real happy and appreciative that I didn't have to do that around you. And that makes me care for you a lot more because it's like, yo, my mind may be inclined and maybe on a different platform than other people,
Yeah.
wavelength, but you accept it and you understand it and you can relate to it. A lot of people I bump heads with. A lot of people deny what I say. A lot of people say I'm too woke for, hey, it's 11 a.m. Why the fuck you text me this?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay. But for you to be on here and receive what I'm saying and answer the questions in a very informative way, it's like, I appreciate that because you don't meet people like you.
Yeah.
That's a fact, bro.
Especially without mind-altering drugs involved. Because acid will change your mind.
Yeah.
Shrooms
I've been told.
will change your mind.
I've been told. I've had homies that have done it, and they don't ever pressure me to do anything. They be like, yeah, you should try this. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm already there.
That's it, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And-
now, if I'm older, I feel like when I'm older, I'll probably try it.
And I look at it this way. If you're like this now, I could only imagine
Yeah.
what you like it off it.
When the bag come in.
Off the
Yeah.
fucking chain.
When the bag come in.
Because
Off the
WATA live.
the way I was...
On God.
Because the way I was, I went through my whole woke stage where I'm like infiltrating like government information and shit like that, 2012, 2011, high school days, And I'm like learning about dark web and all these conspiracy theories. And then I went through a stagnant stage. I got in a relationship and I just worked. As soon as I broke up with her, I picked up the camera and just started fucking going for it and like learning life and experiencing things. Then you get to this part where it's like, wait a minute. Some substance is presented upon me in order for me, and this substance will help me kill the ego of me saying I and me and me and me. Fuck the music. I'm shooting my video. All that shit went out the window. And I'm functioning on it. I'm over here talking to people on it, like getting to know people a little bit. I had a whole roast session with him about it. Like, I'm on acid, just roast. I'm being me.
Yeah.
In a whole different form, and then once I come down from it and you start reflecting on it, like I went a whole 2 years without speakers in my car, and all I did was just sit in silence and reflect and reflect and reflect and reflect. And it got to the point where it's like I need more. I need to know more about myself because I was damaged to the point where it's like I felt like my whole life was a lie, and now it trips me out even more because I feel like a lot of that trauma's healed.
Yeah.
But things I see in life, I still feel like, bro, I'm seeing my posters all over LA and all over New York. And I'm just like, I never expected this to happen in my lifetime. And never in my life would I have thought, Manny, you're going to have a picture all over LA and New York.
Right.
And there's going to be a fucking billboard in Arkansas, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, none of that shit existed. But the fact that I killed the ego, I opened these lanes.
You allowed it to happen.
I allowed it to happen.
Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to
rock your
grow.
own
Yeah, and it happens through ignorance because I was ignorant to my own self, bro. Like, I was just not knowing of who I am and the power I possess. And, like, as soon as you go through, like, the moment I realized on DMT especially, I was like, the last breath you take, you feel your soul shaking.
Yeah.
And you feel this like lift off almost. And you see your body, you see your physical body laying there, and you're like,
Now, I haven't experienced that deep, but I've looked in the mirror and I saw myself as just being flesh and being spirit.
and it's a disconnection that you have. It's not a disconnection you have. I guess it's an acceptance that you have saying like, yo, this physical form body is just physical. It's a vessel. It's a vehicle that's going to provide me to get to point A to point B. And that's going to take X amount of years.
Yeah, real shit.
That's why I feel like when we die and we do go to this heaven or hell, it's based off of our mindset.
Mental, yeah.
And I won't know you off your physical form. I'm gonna know you off feeling. I'm gonna be like, yo, I felt like this before. And I was probably 25 years old in 2019.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was Chris's house, like if my memory is sharp enough.
It's like a video game or something.
It's at this point,
It's like the Matrix.
At this point, the internet
Like
is so
the Matrix,
powerful
bro.
to where
Like
we
the
are
Matrix.
living in a simulation.
You know when you talking, you know who you look like to me?
Who
You
do I
look
look-
Eritrean.
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 Wow.
Like Nipsey.
R.I.P.
Or
Nipsey
Mary.
Hussle.
The homie Mary. Shout out to Mary.
That's
She who put Bishop on my music. Mary, she's Eritrean.
Wow.
She's a really good person. She nice. She helped me with a lot.
That's crazy.
I've seen
She's a solid person.
ICB Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, Miri, something like that, huh?
Okay, Mary.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly
Shout
what
out
she
to you.
is. Yeah.
Hey,
she
shout out,
put Bishop
shout out.
onto my music.
Yeah.
And when I'm looking at you, you look Eritrean. That's why I'm like, damn,
That's
Indian
dope.
and Eritrean, they just look
You
similar.
know, there's a girl I'm in love with, and she told me that too.
For real?
Yeah.
Eritrean?
Not Eritrean, but Nipsey Hussle. Like,
He said I'm a girl I'm in
You
love
do.
with.
It's the eyes.
I don't know what it is. I don't look at it. It's hard for me to connect to my physical self.
Yeah.
Because of the whole ego death thing. Like, it's I wouldn't say traumatizing, but it's fucked up when you look in the mirror after these experiences, because it's almost like on acid, it was hard for me to use the bathroom because I'm just looking in the mirror and you don't see yourself for yourself. You see yourself for yourself without the extra.
Yeah.
And it's almost scary where it's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Why have I been looking at myself through a certain lens my whole life, but now all of a sudden I'm staring at my soul? That's where the part that fucks you up happens, where you stare at your soul. Like, I had a girl tell me one time where she was smiling in the mirror and she came back crying to me. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, I wasn't smiling. I'm like, holy shit. And I denied that, you feel me? I denied it. Like no way. You like onto some
What
scary
did she
shit.
mean by that?
She didn't elaborate. And I feel like she wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to tell me what she felt or what she saw. But it just came
That's
to
that get out shit. You
it was just the point where
somebody
it was like,
else steering your motherfucking body.
yeah.
Fuck.
And she was like, all she said
She
was,
fucking.
all she said was
Did
she
your
saw,
shit.
she was looking in the mirror, putting on her lipstick, and the mirror smiled. And I'm like, can you elaborate more,
That's
please?
sad.
I want to know more about
Yeah.
that. But she wasn't able to tell me more. And that's, I guess that would be my first experience of disconnecting with your physical self. And it's
You know
dope
what
that-
I believe? I believe that we're talking about that. I believe that sometimes ancestors roam the earth.
100%.
And sometimes
Facts.
it's like Insidious. Have you seen Insidious?
Yes.
Where there's a body
spiritual
and they're
world.
fighting over your body
Yeah.
type thing when you aren't present in your body.
You ever had a lucid dream?
That's a.
Have I?
What's that shit called?
don't
Not
know.
lucid dream, but the.
You talk about astral projection. Astral
Yeah,
projection.
I know what that
yeah,
is.
yeah.
I'm very familiar with
Yeah.
it is.
So lucid dreaming, I have
No
lucid
juice
dreamed. I have lucid dreamed, but yeah, it's almost a similar sense to where you kind of force your body to eat. You force your body to shut off without your brain shutting off. So that's the part that fucks people up because they don't know how to separate their brain from their body.
Yeah.
But your brain's awake and it's active and you're dreaming. And you're
Yeah.
able to control your thoughts and you're able to do all this. Astral projection is like that, but you kind of are thrown into it. Like when I astral projected, it was 100% accident. I was freaking the fuck out.
Were you on something?
I was not on something.
So it was just pure. But you've been on acid before.
This was before I even got into hallucinogens.
That's interesting.
This is when I was laying in bed with
I've
my
heard
girl.
that if you have done it before, sometimes it happens out of nowhere.
And at
I
this
haven't
point,
experienced that shit.
at this point, if you know how people feel like they can't move when they wake up and like the whole sleep paralysis.
What they call that? The sleep.
Sleep
they call it the
paralysis?
witches.
There you
something.
go.
Though.
Yeah, but it
paralysis,
wasn't
yeah.
wasn't sleep paralysis where I was like I couldn't move or anything. I literally got out of bed and I just started getting up, like floating. And I'm like, holy fuck.
You looking at yourself.
I'm like, holy fuck, what's going on? And as I start turning around, I see myself.
Well, what the fuck? Why haven't I experienced this shit?
And here's where things took a turn. I look outside the window and everything's like purple tint. And I see two dudes on a horse just going across. And I'm like,
On a horse?
On a horse. And I started getting angry. My temper is weird. My temper, I don't get angry with people. I get angry with certain things that they do. And for me, I was just getting angry. Like, why are they so close to my fence? And I start feeling that energy coming out of me. And I remember turning around and I saw my girl sleeping in bed with somebody, AKA me. But I couldn't differentiate. Like, yo,
so
that's
you
me.
Was hot, like she cheating on you?
Yeah, no, I was hot. I was I was honestly upset. Like, yo, what the fuck
is she in bed?
Because for me, it was like
my bed.
I wake up. It's a loud noise, and it felt like my roommate just broke into the house. Oh, you told me the story.
We saw the horses outside the window?
Yeah, oh, okay. And it felt like my roommate broke into the house and was like tripped over a bunch of shit, and like the whole living room collapsed is what it sounded like. Damn. And that sound woke me up, and I was like, what the fuck's going on? And as I'm trying to check for the door, I start like floating. And I'm just like on the roof, and that's when I look down, I'm like, what the fuck? And I see the horses outside. What the fuck? And I look at and I'm freaking out at this point, but I can't talk. And I can't say anything. I can't open the door.
You can only experience.
And I'm just like angry as fuck. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And as soon as I see her like laying in bed with somebody, I try to get myself towards her. Like, yo, I'm trying to like swim in midair type shit. Yeah. And as soon as I get there, I just remember like slamming the back of my head into my pillow, like angry. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, I just woke up with like the most vivid memory ever. And I'm just freaking out. And I'm like knocking on my roommate's door like 8 a.m. in the morning. Like, hey, wake up, wake up, wake up. I need to know something. Shit. Damn. As soon as he woke up, he was like, what the fuck is it that you want? I'm like, bro, I don't know what happened, but what time did you get home last night? And he was like, I got home around 11. And I'm like, there's no way that you broke into the house, did you? He was like, nah, like I opened the door like usual, got in my room, went to bed. My whole experience was different. I thought this man like broke through windows and like through rock. But he was into astral projection at the time because he always wanted to do it and like force his body to do it. But he told me a loud bang is what really helps you enable that frequency. It's a loud bang that transitions you into that world. Damn. And I didn't know. And since then, that spirit world, that spirit realm has always intrigued me to where I'm like, I need to go back. Because you definitely is different. It is a whole different vibe.
It's different and it's real.
It's different and it's real. It's a subspecies of reality. You're not going to go
back if you're thinking about it.
I'm not going to go back if I'm thinking about it. I know that.
It has to be some random.
But it's a subspecies of reality, and that's what tripped me out. Because I'm like, if this was a reality that I could remember, and I'm not in my physical form, then it exists.
See, I believe in bending realities.
Bending realities?
Yeah, multiple universes.
Being able to manipulate situations and make things happen, yes. Now, I can't relate to that, but I've had dreams of me meeting so many people in the industry. It's so creepy. Like, I've met everybody.
In the industry?
In the industry. Sleep-wise.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like...
That's a subspecies of reality, though, because it happened in your fifth dimension.
Exactly. So it happened, but you have to catch up to it happening.
Mm-hmm. I don't look at it as you catch up to it happening. I look at it as it happened already in a different timeline.
Or that. Yeah, exactly.
And you got to do the following steps in order for that same timeline to happen the same way. Yeah. It may happen different, you know. But I always keep my eyes like I tell you, if my left eye twitches, some bad shit gonna happen. Yeah. My right eye twitches, some good shit gonna happen. I try to make life work that way to where I'm like, give me the answers. Give me the fucking answers now. And I'll start feeling this twitch.
It's also with your culture. You're Indian.
My mom had told me that, and ever since then, I never looked back.
Told you what?
She said, son, I could see you talking to me with your left eye twitching, and I want you to know that something may or may not happen that's bad. But it is going to be bad. It's not a good thing. If your right eye twitches, it's a good thing. And for your sister, it's the opposite.
That's deep.
And ever since then, bro, I did not sleep on that. I have not. It's been years. I wear this ring for a reason. It's been years since I slept on that thing. And July 2019 was when the monk said my life will turn around. What have I been doing since July?
It has been turning around.
Working.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't sleep. I don't let shit pass me at this point without me thinking about it critically, because life is truly like that. Like
You gotta think critically.
God would throw cards in your hand, and instead of just playing one down because you feel like time is running up, fuck that. You
Yeah.
gotta think and sit about your next play.
Yeah. People don't be thinking nowadays, bro. People get scared and they just.
Yeah, and I've been trusting
going this way.
I've been trusting my intuition. I'm working a 9 to 5 doing
Hey,
this video shit.
It's definitely intuition. Let
It
me tell
is.
you why. Because some men don't think they have it. Because you hear women have intuition,
Right.
but men have it too.
Right.
Humans have it in general.
People have it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's whether you decide more. Women usually go with their intuition. Men usually
Motherly
shy
instincts.
away from it because they're logical thinkers. Masculine energy.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not feel. They're more
Right.
of what makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that you're in tune with your
I was raised by
intuition.
women. I was raised with nothing but
that's
women.
feminine energy.
Yeah.
So you
Yep.
have both.
I embrace
Like,
it.
That's a blessing.
I've been raised by my mom. She grew up with 8 or 7 other sisters.
Yeah.
I only got to meet 3 of them, but I've been raised with, like, my dad's been in my life, but he knows. I listen to Jay-Z more because Jay-Z is like the father figure of my life. As weird as it sounds.
No, for real.
But more,
But he don't have a title, huh?
the more music I listen from him is more I learn than my dad. So for me, I've just been raised about female energy. And as a kid, I was the one that would break the rules and then ask why. Like, why is it wrong? Why is this and why is that? Yeah. But as I'm getting older, my mom's telling me the same shit she would tell me years ago. But now it's latching on.
A lot of men that make like great changes in the world were raised
By
mostly
women.
by women.
Yeah. And I feel like women just possess that energy for one reason. They're able to give birth.
Yeah.
They're able to recreate. And
Bro, woman is a god.
yeah, and you know my little
glad
theory
you know.
my little theory about Jesus coming back and the way I see it happening. Like, it's only gonna be done because of women. There's no men involved besides the fucking evil masterminds behind it. But anyways,
Yeah.
wise men build and destroy, but I feel like women just build
Yeah.
because they're all wise.
Women,
Most-
women hold us down, bro.
Most women are wise, but I feel like after birth, their brain does change chemically to where most women are wise.
They're better than
not
us.
half and half.
Women are better
of
than men.
course, Of course, 'cause
Off top.
I mean, they just say that women develop faster.
that too.
It's not even. I just feel like women are more empathetic. They're more sympathetic. They care more.
They go off the
They're
heart.
there for you. They're loyal. Men aren't doing that shit. Men are gonna turn their back on you. quick.
Men think with their head.
Men can do that shit.
They
if
can.
if they're influenced by women.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
And
you need.
Women are the root of all good too. Then
But it's some women that are evil.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a
you know what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a
So
fact.
it's just finding the women around your
Yeah.
life that help elevate.
if you see me around if you see me around my aunts, my
Yeah.
cousins, you gonna see like, whoa, this kid
But
really.
that's because you became balanced.
Yeah.
You're both masculine and
Yeah.
feminine. To
And
be
I-
a balanced human,
and-
you have to have
and
both.
since a young age, I never cared about masculinity.
Yeah.
Ever, because I'm like
It's definitely important.
It is.
It's half and half.
Yes, it is.
It's important.
fact.
It's important,
It's a
but I
fact.
never really cared about it to be like, oh, I need to be fucking bench
Hard
pressing
all the time.
400.
no,
pounds
no,
and
no.
beating
But that's
people
not
up.
masculinity.
That's
That's not
just-
masculinity.
That's ego.
Yeah,
That's
that's ego.
ego.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it took me a long time to separate the two because when you have a dad that's not informative of his own intuition, his own emotions, he's not going to be able to tell you shit.
Yeah.
So when it came from men, the only thing I ever learned was hustle. Work for what you got. Like prom
Yeah.
tickets, I paid for. Xbox 360, I paid for. Xbox Live, I paid for. All the shit that I ever had since a kid, like I've been mostly hustling for. And whether it was selling candy, whether it was selling Pop-Tarts,
Yeah.
doing something, you
Sell
know?
candy too. That's
But it was always that mindset that I got from my dad. Like he was
Yeah.
working 3 jobs in Queens. But as I'm getting older, it's like,
So you're from New York.
yeah.
Okay.
I was born in India, but
But
Brooklyn,
you were-
Queens,
yeah, raised in New York.
those 2 cities is where I get 99% influence from. Those 2 are the things I think about the most because those are moments where I'm like,
How did you end up in LA?
my dad ended up saving enough money to start. He pretty much went half and half with somebody on the used car lot.
Yeah.
And that was in Lakewood or Cerritos. And we ended up moving across the street from Mayfair High in Lakewood. And we stayed out there for about 5-6 years. But the first spot we moved to was in Anaheim. We lived with my cousin for 11 weeks. And that's when he would go to school and I wasn't going to school. So I'm playing PlayStation 1 all day. And that's when like the music experience and like all these little things that kids were already growing up with is what I'm getting into. Like, oh shit, y'all got a gaming system? Like what? You got PS1? I got a Nintendo 64. Like you way ahead of the game. You got toys. That's crazy. Because we grew up poor. Basements is my childhood. Just living in basements. So when it came to just like me being myself and who I am now, I get a lot of that adolescence influence from myself because it was stripped from me. Like in New York's just a very grungy, grimy time that I could picture. Like just whack, sad shit that I could go on for life. But I don't like thinking like that anymore because I'm like, fuck that. That shit was boot camp for who I am now. Like my boss now knows how to talk to me because he knew I was the type to be like, oh, you talking to me rude? Fuck you. I'm going to go make money my own way. And it's, I don't know. I feel like those negative experiences and just me being like my mom's love is what helped me survive for this long. And as I grew older and me experiencing love or understanding or trying to understand what love is from a woman, it really shaped me who I am as a person. And masculinity doesn't really truly play a part in that because it wasn't like, it wasn't ever like, hey, you need to know how to change a tire and this and that. For me, it was always survival. So
I don't even know how to do the oil change.
Bro, I had to do that.
You don't have to learn how to do that.
I don't have to.
I mean, yeah.
but see, his upbringing was different. Mine was, my dad would pay. My dad, my dad's a civil engineer, so my dad would pay for shit to be done. I'm not changing my oil. I'm gonna get that shit. Go fix that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my tires fixed. Everything paid. So I have that mentality where I'm getting I have a fucking landscaper. I have a pool guy. I could be saving money doing that shit myself. But do I want to do it? Hell no. I'm going to get that shit paid.
Yeah. And my mentality was, I don't want my mom going out of pocket. So I'm going
to figure it out.
Yeah. So when it comes to oil changes and cutting grass and like, my mom has her own little garden and like little things like that. Like my mom remodeled the house. And for my mom, it took years. And it was like, once I got this job, I'm like, cool, here's extra money. Like, let's remodel your house. This is the first time you ever owned a house. Like, let's fucking go all out. Let's get you a tub. Like, let's get you a fucking shower.
A tub.
Because before, all she had was like a little ass shower and a little closet in their master bathroom because it was way too much. I'm like, fuck that. Let's get the whole top floor remodeled. Let's get the bottom floor all tiled out. Let's get you a tub, a jacuzzi, and a fucking shower. Yeah. And we went with it. And it's like, I love, nowadays, I'd rather be, trying to stretch out $50 on my own. And I would love to give up $750 to my mom just like that. Like, here you go. Because I've seen it. Like, I've seen my mom being pregnant, carrying my sister around while I was there. Like, hey, let's cross the street. Bro, one of my first memorable Christmas presents was a $13 basketball. And the reason why I got that was because I told my mom, like, hey, we may not get it this year, but we may get it next year. And I'll help you save for that. Collecting pennies and nickels and shit. Like telling my mom
that's humbling, bro. Like, that's humbling to me.
It is.
Like, it's humbling to me because I didn't grow up like that.
Yeah, or
I
just caring enough to be like, damn, my mom is going through this.
Yeah.
Let me
and you're
find
young.
a solution.
I grew up at a very young age, bro. Yeah. My mom was telling me, like, my aunts and my uncles in India started respecting me before I even hit teenage years because I would just talk about what my dad should have been talking about. And for me, that influence came from music. Like, you hear music talk about struggle, and you hear, like, bro, Nas was, like, my favorite rapper, so I'm like, this motherfucker came from Queens, bro, 50 Cent. Like, I'm graduating in G6s. I told my mom, like, fuck dress shoes, I want G units. Like, started skating in G units. Like, I've always been me. And the older I grow, I've realized that. First person or not the first person, but I was in the desert in my own little skate crew, skating in G units, Air Force Ones. Like, I always been me. 501s I'm skating in while everyone rocking like skinny jeans. Like, fuck that. But it all comes from my mom. And my mom always has done the don't do this, don't do that. And I've always been the son to be like, you my mom, you gonna love me regardless. I'm gonna do this. I got a tattoo. I got my nose pierced. I grew my hair out for 18 years.
You got your nose pierced?
Yeah, I'm on nose pierced.
What side?
Left side.
Okay.
But I grew my hair out for 18
Does
years.
the side matter?
I don't know what side matters, but it would have mattered if it did. Like, I just got the shit pierced. My mom was like, "No, you can't have piercings," and I'm like, "I'm gonna have
I heard
piercings."
the left side is the
Yeah,
right.
it matters.
Hey, you
But-
gotta chill. He gotta chill.
That was funny, yo. She said,
What side?
But you know, I don't know. And I feel
"Oh
like
man, it's a fire ass episode, dog."
Hey, you know what
Oh,
side?
God.
Hey, I heard that the boys get their nose pierced left side and the girls get their right.
Really? I heard about that
It's
the
just
ears
some
too.
stupid ass superficial
I just-
shit.
it's just-
like,
it's
you know what I'm
just-
saying?
yeah, no, but
Set the left side.
for me, it's just I just
She said, "What's? Oh, really? What side?"
comedy. But no, like just growing. I don't know. Just,
Funny as hell.
just
Shout
going-
out Mother Water.
just growing up in India, bruh. Not even growing up there, but just having that influence of just women. Like I never objectify.
dope.
I never objectify women too. Like my sisters could vouch for that. I never was like, damn, she's sexy, or like, damn, this woman on like Georgia Smith. I'm fucking Drew.
Bro, you all cap though. Shut the fuck up.
But that's
He's full
Hey,
capping.
wait,
Stop. Just stop before I put you on blast, bro.
that's around you.
Just stop. Just stop.
That's
stop.
around you.
Not around women, you don't do that.
That's
Not
why
around-
he capped. That's why he capped.
Not
Because
ar-
around women, he act different.
Not around my sisters.
Okay.
With women, like female friends, they kind of know. And I'm not vulgar around it to where I'm like, oh, you know, this happened all the way. But nah.
Just stop, bro. Just stop.
But my
Just stop.
sisters-
Just stop.
He's
Just
making,
stop.
He's making a point.
No, he's not. He's
He
not.
is.
Because
He's
I know him.
respecting-
I know him.
No.
He
He's
I
stop
get
it.
that.
He's respecting the women in his family.
Yeah,
He
but
would-
my
Okay,
but my
okay,
sisters and my
okay.
aunts, none of that. I don't.
No.
I never compared. I
You
never
can't
brought.
say you never did that.
I never did that in front of my two
Exactly.
sisters.
Exactly.
Just
Okay.
my two sisters.
Okay.
With other women, I'm sure I've said things or done things. I'm not denying any of that.
He capped. I'm telling you.
I'm not denying any of that. But when it comes to my sisters and my mom,
Cap.
I just try to protect.
Cap.
I just don't. I never brought home a girl where my mom met. My older sister met one girlfriend. And never brought a girl after that.
You
I'm
never
like,
brought to go to your mom's
nope,
house?
nope. It's so fucking scary because I hold those respects so high demands where it's
So
like,
you'll do it if you know you're gonna marry her. Or
Yep.
something.
yep, because my mom expects nothing less. She don't expect girlfriend. She expect wifey.
Period.
Period.
And to me, the older I'm getting, I'm like, cool. I respect. I see why you said no to all the other girlfriends I've had. Like I see why. Like okay, I get it. I'm single,
I'm single.
but
Yo, this is the Overly Fucking Blunt podcast.
Oh, mama.
We got Mother Water in the building. Before we get out of here, because we've been here for a minute.
We have.
Any last words? Anything you're trying to? What's coming next for you? Clothes, music. What's up? What can we expect from Mother Water in the next couple months?
I got some singles coming out, and we'll also be in stores.
2019.
Clothes.
oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on.
Any shows?
Hold on. She said
We'll
in
see.
stores. You said
Yeah.
your clothes will be in stores
Yeah.
and singles coming out.
Yep.
Y'all heard that? I just clarified.
Yo, we about to I'm gonna support whatever you
Yeah.
do, whatever you got.
Let's do
Let
it.
me know. Let me
Yeah.
know, cause I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, I want to
I
rock.
appreciate being invited. This is amazing.
It's been a beautiful episode. And you
again,
are
I
a
gotta
come
beautiful
back.
person.
Again, I thought it was gonna be just about music, just about artistry, but you
It's
took
about her.
you took it a whole different
Yeah,
area.
It's about her.
and
who
you're
she
into
is.
so many other shit, and that's what I stress on my podcast. Like if you're coming on my podcast to just talk about like conspiracy theories, it's the wrong podcast. If you're coming on here to talk about politics, it's just the wrong podcast. If you're coming here just to hear about certain shit, music, it's the wrong podcast. So you embodied what my podcast is about,
Thank you.
and I really appreciate you.
Fire.
2 hours drive, whatever, I really fucking appreciate you, and I'm forever indebted to you.
Nah, I appreciate y'all.
So whatever the fuck you need, whatever the support you need, I'm there. I'm supporting. I'm in that bitch. I'm buying whatever the fuck.
That's
Yeah, we there.
Motherfucking Wata. This is the Overly Blunt podcast. This is the only podcast we're keeping 99 is way too far from 100.
Oh, mama.
You heard me? Any last words?
I appreciate being here. Y'all made it easy
Yeah.
to talk to y'all.
Appreciate
I'm comfortable. Everything is solid. I was able to be myself. I'm always gonna be myself.
Fire.
but just to engage.
Yeah,
We made it easier.
You didn't feel pressure.
Yeah,
Dope.
no pressure.
How's the wine?
And I had wine.
How's the wine?
Amazing.
We had Troublemaker.
Troublemaker and sangria.
Yeah, and sangria.
On God.
Go
Carlos
off.
Rossi.
He tried to give me Hennessy. It was gonna be a whole different podcast.
Yo, I'm on the wine and Hennessy.
It was gonna be a different podcast.
But I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Go listen to their music. Water Love EP is out now. You can go peep that if you want on all streaming platforms: Apple, Tidal, Spotify,
Amazon, everything.
Amazon, Google Play, whatever the fuck you want to listen to, wherever you listen to music at, it's on there. Go peep it. And you won't be disappointed. I promise you won't be disappointed. It's a good track. Last question though.
Yeah.
So was it a phone call? Because at the end you say, "Babe, I've been on the whole last 3 minutes."
Yeah.
And then you add the album ends.
Yeah.
Is it a phone call?
It's up for interpretation.
I thought it was a voicemail. But when you say it's a time capsule, it fucked me up.
Yeah.
Motherfucking water, y'all. Go listen to that EP. We out this bitch. Overly Blunt Podcast, man. See y'all next week.